to Hinton High School football homecoming ceremony. Our first queen candidate is sophomore Madison Hamilton. Madison is the 15-year-old daughter of Lauren and Billy Hamilton, granddaughter of Sherry and Ronnie Wheeler. She attends the Faith Church of Hinton. Madison's hobbies are softball, baking, ATVing, and hanging out with the girls. Her school activities include fast pitch and slow pitch softball, beta club, and FCCLA. In the future, Madison plans to go to college and play softball, become a counselor, find the man of her dreams, and one day have a family. She would also like to say, thank you Mom, Dad, Granny, and Papa for always supporting me. Best of luck to the Comets tonight. Bring home the win, boys.
Madison is escorted by senior Jack Brookshire. Jack is a 17-year-old son of Josh and Melinda Brookshire. He attends the Weatherford Church of Christ. Jack's hobbies are hanging out with friends and working on his car. His school activities include football, basketball, golf, beta club, FCA, and student council. In the future, Jack plans to go to college and he will figure out the rest and will go where God leads. He would also like to say, Happy 50th birthday, Dad.
Our next sophomore candidate is Charlie Van Huss. Charlie is the 15-year-old daughter of Chuck and Emberly Van Huss and the granddaughter of Elaine Wheeler and Charles Van Huss. She attends First Baptist Church of Hinton, Oklahoma. Charlie's hobbies are going to Sonic with Jalen and hanging out with Elena Grace. Her school activities include fast and slow pitch softball, basketball, and beta. In the future, Charlie plans to attend college, get a degree in the medical field, get married, and have a beautiful family. She would also like to say, thank you Mom, Dad, and Ashton for always pushing me to be the best I can be, and good luck tonight, boys.
Charlie is escorted by senior Zach Huxell. Zach is a 17-year-old son of April and Thomas Huxell. He attends the Faith Church. Zach's hobbies are hibachi runs with the boys. His school activities include football, wrestling, and underwater table tennis. In the future, Zach plans to get married, make money, and win this football game. He would also like to say, let's get this dub, boys.
Our first junior queen candidate is Demi Dollenberg. Demi is a 17-year-old daughter of Kimmy and Dallas Dollenberg. She attends First Christian Church of Hinton. Demi's hobbies are playing piano and hanging out with friends. Her school activities include softball and student council. In the future, Demi plans to graduate high school, attend college, and settle down in Hinton. She would also like to say, go number 14 and go Comets.
Demi is escorted by seniors Dylan Ingram and Levi Taylor. Dylan is the 18-year-old son of Jana and Clint Ingram. He attends First Baptist Church of Hinton. Dylan's hobbies are hunting, fishing, and hanging with his boys. His school activities include football. In the future, Dylan plans to get a job welding somewhere. He would also like to say, play hard, boys.
Levi is the 18-year-old son of Ronnie and Tara Taylor and Zach and Sarah House. He attends Hinton First Baptist Church. Levi's hobbies are hunting, fishing, sports, welding, chilling with the boys, and hanging out with Reagan. His school activities include baseball, basketball, football, and beta club. In the future, Levi plans to go to college and play baseball. He would also like to say, play hard tonight, boys. Let's get this W.
Our next junior candidate is Piper Williams. Piper is the 17-year-old daughter of Dustin and Jada Williams. She attends Sickles Community Church. Piper's hobbies are going golfing with her dad, watching Lifetime movies with her mom, and spending time with Clayton and her friends. Her school activities include Beta Club, FCCLA, Student Council, and Cheer. In the future, Piper plans to graduate high school and go to college to study nursing. She would also like to say, go get that dub.
Piper is escorted by seniors Hunter Helms and Thomas Strother. Hunter is a 17-year-old son of Jody and Josh Burns and Adam Helms. He attends First Baptist Church of Hinton. Hunter's hobbies are working. His school activities include underwater table tennis, beta, and football. In the future, Hunter plans to join the military.
Thomas is the 18-year-old son of Shannon Strother and Mike Strother. He attends Hinton First United Methodist Church. Thomas's hobbies are going to hibachi with the boys and working out. His school activities include underwater table tennis and football. In the future, Thomas plans to attend college and go into the military. He would also like to say thank you to my mom and family for supporting me in my dreams and always being there for me.
Our first senior queen candidate is Sophie Barrett. Sophie is the 17-year-old daughter of Casey and Brady Barrett. She attends First Baptist Church Hinton. Sophie's hobbies are hanging out with friends, constantly annoying her sisters, and spending time with family. Her school activities include fast pitch and slow pitch softball and beta club. In the future, Sophie plans to go to SWASU and continue finding her path. She would also like to say, thank you to my family for everything. I love y'all, and boys, go ball out.
Sophie is escorted by seniors Braden Strong and Alexis Valdespino. Braden is the 18-year-old son of Trent and Leslie Strong. He attends Yukon Live Church. Braden's hobbies are underwater basket weaving and hanging out with Tyler, Ryan, Sierra, and Sophie. His school activities include football and basketball. In the future, Braden plans to start a family and make a lot of money. He would also like to say thank you, Mom and Dad, for raising me to be a better athlete than Tyler.
Alexis is the 18-year-old son of Myra and Coleman Hikes. He attends Faith Church. Alexis's hobbies are fishing and hanging out with the boys. His school activities include football and underwater table tennis. In the future, Alexis plans to go into the military. He would also like to say, thanks Mom and Dad for always being there for me. P.S. Love you, Rod. You're still small, boy. Get bigger.
Our last queen candidate is senior Sierra Weathers. Sierra is the 18-year-old daughter of Alton and Melissa Weathers. She attends the First Baptist Church of Hinton. Sierra's hobbies are spending time with Jace, dancing with Braden, Ryan, and Sophie, and watching stupid Netflix shows with her mom. Her school activities include fast pitch, slow pitch, showing pigs, basketball, track, FCA, Beta Club, and Student Council. In the future, Sierra plans to go to college to become an occupational therapist, get married, and raise some beautiful babies. She would also like to say thank you, Mom and Dad, for always loving me and supporting me in everything that I do. I love y'all. And boys, good luck tonight and beat those Wildcats.
Sierra is escorted by seniors Emilio Gonzalez and Ryan Lytle. Emilio is a 17-year-old son of Lulu and Sabinio Gonzalez. He attends Sacred Heart Catholic Church. Emilio's hobbies are working out with his brother and spending time with his friends. His school activities include football and underwater table tennis. In the future, Emilio plans to beat Carnegie, go to college, find a successful career, and start a happy family. He would also like to say, let's go Comets.
Ryan is the 18-year-old son of Jim and Barbara Lytle. He attends YC and FC Church. Ryan's hobbies are going to eat with the boys and learning dances with Brayden, Sierra, and Sophie. His school activities include football, wrestling, baseball, underwater table tennis, and cheering on the softball girls. In the future, Ryan plans to pass Miss Witt's class with a good grade, go to OSU, and hopefully find a hot chick to start a family with. He would also like to say thank you, Mom and Dad, for all that you have sacrificed, and thank you, coaches, for making me the man I am today. Let's go get that W, boys.
Next, we have the cheerleaders, flower girl, and crown bearer in the brand new Hinton FFA Ag Truck. Our flower girl is Josie Brown. She is the 5-year-old daughter of Jared and Leslie Brown, and granddaughter of John and Rhonda Tackett, Warren Brown, and Regina Moser. She attends Highland Methodist Church. Josie's favorite thing to do at school is play at recess, see her cousins, Noah and Evie, and color apple papers in Mrs. Doyle's class. Her favorite food is sliced brisket with ketchup. When Josie grows up, she wants to be Queen Elsa.
Our crown bearer is Spencer Huxell. He is the 5-year-old son of Thomas and April Huxell, and grandson of Harold and Karen Pittman, and Kenneth and the late Deborah Huxell. Spencer attends the Faith Church. His favorite thing to do at school is learning his letters. Spencer's favorite food is fried chicken. When Spencer grows up, he wants to be a firefighter. Our 2022 football homecoming queen is Sierra Weathers! Go girl!
All right, just kind of giving everybody a little heads up here, just doing the homecoming ceremony, so congratulations. And we will be right back here in just a moment, kind of letting you guys continue to watch this. Here in just a few moments, we'll be getting the pregame ceremonies off. Got the pregame show coming up with Coach Phillips up here in the booth. Nice to have somebody else in the booth. Usually getting kind of used to calling these things by myself, and got Coach Phillips up here for the pregame show. And, of course, we'll be right back. And after our pregame show, we'll get things rolling. Hinton versus Carnegie at 7 p.m. is the scheduled time for the kickoff. Of course, halftime show will be with head coach Jennifer Holman as the Lady Comets cheer squad. They'll be heading up north for the regional competition. So get a halftime interview with Coach Holman. And, of course, we're at home, so that means post-game, regardless of the results, we get to talk to Coach Grant Potter, so the head coach of the football team. So a lot of action here. Pregame show coming up, followed by the game and the halftime performance, and then we have a post-game show with Coach Potter. So we'll be right back here in just a moment for all the action right here on HintonComets.tv.
Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
The industry.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your...
3, 2, 1. Well, hang on. 3, 2, 1.
target market and get a...
All right, I want to welcome you guys back here for the start of the pregame show. The Hinton Comets right here back at home against Carnegie Wildcats. So be very thankful to have you guys out here. It's been a long week. It's been a lot of fun playing softball. So starting this 2-game home stretch. Again, last week they... Comets faced their first loss of the season against Tennessee. It was a 2-score loss, and again, played really well in the first half, came out in the second half, kind of struggled at times, and, you know, I think they're more than willing to admit that this is a good team, and they're doing really well, and they're making strides, but there's still a ways to go before we hop into district play. So just a reminder, one more week, and then next Friday we will be into district play, so this is that last opportunity to tune up as they do that against Carnegie. So I'm up here joined by Coach Phillips. Coach, you know, we talked about with the coaching staff some things pregame as what they need to do as far as their approach offensively. What are the keys to game for us?
So this week we're focused on just doing our job, following our blocking rules. Teams are starting to stack the box against us. You know, up against Snyder, they were going 9 in the box, and then Hennessy was going 8 and 9 in the box consistently, trying to stop our run and really making us throw the ball. And we just need to stick to our rules when we block, and we can handle it. Carnegie will play man coverage, so really we got to exploit in the passing game and just execute plays, execute our blocking, as I said earlier, execute our passing, our as far as our routes go, and zip on the ball, getting it there and stuff like that, and just getting a good team victory today.
Yeah, and kind of bounce to the other side of the ball, defense. One of the things I talked about with Coach Potter before the game, he said a couple players to watch out for is number 25 and number 30. So that's those two running backs that they have. They got two really big backs that Coach says they're very physical, they're very fast, athletic. So again, that's something that they're going to have to deal with, that sort of skill set. And they saw that last week. They had some really good skill set players. And then he told me that number one, so when you guys see him out on the field, that number one is a really, really good athlete. Have to imagine with that number, it's either a receiver, quarterback, something along the skill set position there. And he says the big key is offensively they run a lot of misdirections. So on defense, it's important for the guys to know their assignments, to do their job, and to really just fill gaps. Do their assignments and play good fundamental ball. So it's kind of, the main thing, the main highlight that I got from this, really just offense and defense, is the main thing is resilience and attitude. And, Potter has preached about how good they have been this summer, how good their attitudes, how good their work ethic has been, and how good of a season they've had so far. And they kind of hit a bump in the road in the second half of the game last week. And, occasionally you're going to have those games where you get punched in the mouth, or somebody is, going toe-to-toe with you, and you have to kind of battle a game out. And that's where really resilience and attitude and all of those things come to fruition. And for the most part, the Comets have really turned the culture around. They've really done a good job and they just kind of had a moment, just a little moment in the second half last week. So just kind of get a quick check of that. Just a reminder that when we get punched in the mouth, we punch right back. And so that's going to be one of the big keys to the game. So we'll go ahead and turn it downfield here. We'll turn it downfield here for the coin toss and figure out who gets the ball, who defers.
The Comet coaching staff
just to add on what you were talking about earlier, big next play attitude this week. The play goes wrong, we got to get ready for the next play. Just move on. There's 100 plays, 100 possessions in a football game. You got to be ready to move on and go to the next play.
Absolutely.
Receiving the coin toss tonight is tonight's officiating crew. Referee Joe Morales, umpire Tanner Harmon, line judge Robert Morales, linesman Craig Ackard, back judge Roland Morales.
A little bit of wind today. That might play a little bit of a factor in the passing game a little bit maybe. If you're going into the wind, it's going to be obviously a little bit more difficult to throw it deep. You're going to have to go some running and short routes on that side.
Absolutely.
See what we got here. Looks like the Wildcats will receive.
Yep. So that means the Hinton Comets will get the ball in the second half, start out
the Hinton
defensively.
Comets won the coin toss. However, they deferred. The Carnegie Wildcats will receive in the east.
The beautiful thing about this is, obviously we're not going to get the ball to start the game, but if you ask the Hinton Comets football team, I guarantee you that about 75% of the kids would say they would rather play defense first than offense anyway. They just love to go out and tackle people. With those two big bruising running backs you were talking about earlier, number 25 and number 30, it's going to be huge for us to get out there and wrap up and get guys down, not let them get a bunch of yards after contact, and get them down on first contact.
Yeah, and it's easy to see if they've got those two kind of bags, and then they got a versatile skill set player like number one. It's easy to see why they probably do run a lot of misdirection, because then that kind of allows them to show off that speed and skill set and try to find open gaps if they can get some miscues defensively from the Comets. So that will be big, and it is a lot of pressure on the offense when you have the ball first. There's that pressure to score first, and you don't have that defensively. You go out, everything's in front of you, play your style of ball, and then if you can get a turnover, if you can get a turnover on downs or get a punt, that just makes things that much easier on your offense when they come out for their first drive.
All right, Hinton Comet fans, it's homecoming. Let's stand to our feet and make some noise for our boys, the Hinton Comets!
I'm telling you what, Nathan, the wind is definitely going to play a factor in the kicking game and special teams today also. Punting has been a strong suit for us. Ryan Lytle's been doing a really good job handling all the kicking and punting, and Let's see how he handles it. Let's see how the Carnegie Wildcats handle it as well. How about this crowd today, man?
Oh, I know. The Comet fans are so faithful. It's one of the reasons why in my 6 years of here, it's why I'm still here.
Yeah,
we have one of the best communities in the state of Oklahoma, and they show out loud and proud and strong every single weekend, whether it's a home game or road game, and they pack their side of the stands.
And this part definitely helps it being homecoming. I see looks like a lot of alumni back in town and things like that. So
yeah, kind of standing along the rail down there on the east side.
Great for the Hinton Comets.
Yep.
Hopefully we can show up.
All right.
It's right there, way to start off the game, wrapping up, getting the guy down.
Tackle made by number 7, Chris Douglas, on number 1, Heston Harrison. Return to the Wildcats 34, where they'll start 1st and 10.
Heston Harrison, that's number 1's name. So Heston Harrison. It looks like we'll be calling his name quite often tonight.
Harrison, it is. So the Comets, we'll see what they do here. Looks like 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 2 safeties deep. So kind of maybe just a base. Yeah. Well, they roll one down now. They bring him down to start here as he runs out to the left side. Sheds off 1 block. Can he make it 2? And falls down. Gain of at least 9. Maybe enough for the first.
Are the Hinton Comets wearing white tonight or red? That looks like a page out of Coach Potter's book right there. Just getting behind your men and just taking off and going downhill.
Yeah, and they're going to show he just had enough to gain, so they'll move the chains. And if you're the Wildcats, that's a good way to start the game. You get a first down on the first play, and it's a running play. That's a good way to start out the gate. Is this time they're sitting in a shotgun formation, kind of a tight split to the left side, a little wing, as there's going to be an early flag.
That'll
be good for the Comets. I believe that's going to be a false start.
And it is. 5-yard penalty.
False start. Carnegie Wildcats, 5-yard penalty. First down, 15 yards to go.
So that should move them to the 40-yard line. Something we need to note, we didn't talk about earlier, is Comets have a few injuries this week. Jake Wright is out right now, and also Thomas Strauss. So 2 big men on the defensive side that have made great impact recently.
Yeah, and that really affects him on both sides of the ball. You know, Jake does a great job at middle linebacker. Jake does a good job at middle linebacker, and of course Thomas Strawther, he plays kind of on both sides of the ball. And it's part of that signature play of the train.
Oh yeah.
As the Comets blow that one up.
Big sack by Emilio Gonzalez, number 70, and number 22, Clifton Craighead.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
That brings up 2nd down, 17 yards to go.
And they really all over that one.
Yes, absolutely. Way to just eat it up. Read the play, stay at home. Really, they just ran the play right into where we were blitzing right there, and Emilio was right on track. And now the Wildcats are sitting with a long 2nd down, and let's see if we can get another good stop right here and force these guys to punt.
All right, they're going to kind of bunch them up along the line of scrimmage. Only 1 out. Snap. There's that misdirection, but it's read well by Ryan Lytle. For no gain.
Big tackle by number 77, Ryan Lytle, for no gain. That brings up 3rd down.
Looks like the Comets might not have any problem just getting inside of the interior and getting in there and making tackles. And you know, all that misdirection. You got one guy going left, one guy going right, and then he fakes the handoff and ends up keeping it. You know, you just got to stick to your assignments and understand.
Come on, Comet fans! It's 3rd down. Let's rumble!
So 3rd down and 16, 2 receivers out wide. Again, still kind of bunched. There's 2 backs out.
He's going to
have to roll out. Yeah, nothing going here. He's going to have to let it fly, and it's a dead ball down at the 38, so no good.
Pass is incomplete, and that brings up 4th down.
So it's a great job there, just getting inside and forcing. I believe that's Harrison to roll out and shoot. By the time we got to him, he was 20 yards back, had to make a decision, make a pass. It just makes it tough on an offense, and that's Comet football right there.
All right, so good. You know, 1 first play there, kind of booked out the gate, got a first down, and then after that, false start and 3 good plays defensively as he kind of slips there, Trevor Rodman, and he's going to roll right, has to make 1-man miss, kind of gets a block, no flag, and he'll live to keep this play on as he's down at the 30-yard line. Fortunate no call there as Might have been a block in the back on the far
Return
side.
by number 21, Trevor Rodman, to the 30-yard line. Brought down by number 30, Uzziah Haiti.
Trevor tried to probe the defense or the punt coverage right there and just wasn't able to find
It's
anything. Went
first
left to
and
right.
10 Comets.
And just didn't find a seam anywhere right there, but be watching for that. You can see Trevor take one to the house later today.
All right, and so the offense are making their first series of the game, led under the direction, of course, of Levi Taylor, the senior quarterback. And we'll start in a interesting formation here, shotgun formation. It looks like almost like a 2x1 with a sort of wing to the right side. So interesting formation. Looks like this could be either as they'll bring Robin in motion there.
Little jet sweep.
There you go, a little sweep out. Tries to come back in, but that's plugged up by the Wildcats.
Short gain on the carry by number 21, Trevor Rodman, brought down by number 52, Javen Caliendo.
So that was a nice setup. We kind of went spread, basically, 2x1,
That
like
brings
you're
up second
saying.
down, 9 yards to gain.
And you motion in Trevor, basically, and make him just a handoff right there. And you've got, I think that was Graydon in the fullback position, and then you had another guy in a tight end. So you really just had a double tight setup, basically. Just wasn't able to get it broke, and we'll see what happens here.
All right, and we'll stay similar look here as we got a little bit of misconfusion there, and we got a flag. I'm going to imagine that's a legal motion or a legal shift.
Yeah, maybe we had two guys moving at the same time.
Keeper number 1, Levi Taylor, short gain, flag on the play.
Of course, you see that chop in motion. That's exactly what it is, that kind of side chop. There it is.
Yep.
Illegal shift, Hinton Comets, 5-yard penalty. Second down, 14 yards to gain.
So again, just full of miscommunication. That's something that you hate to see because usually the first 10, 12, 15 plays are scripted. You know what you're going to do when you go out there. So it's tough to get those kind of penalties on the first sequence of plays. And that's also one, though, wind there keeps the clock, for those just joining us, 8:43, just a few minutes underway. Score still 0-0, first drive for the Hinton Comets, sitting at 2nd and 14. Shotgun set, snap, hands it, and he's met up the middle. So they sniffed that one out.
Tackle made by number 10, Chisholm Kirkendall.
So I don't know if that was
loss by number 21, Trevor Rodman.
If that was a read option or just a straight design dive right there.
17 yards to gain.
Obviously somebody missed an assignment right there. We didn't communicate on a blitz, and I'm not sure what number it was. He was able to get in there and just make a tackle. Comets got to do a better job finding out, like Coach Potter said earlier. He's got to find their assignments and just block better.
This is one of the things that Coach Potter talked about, wanting to avoid, is getting in those 2nd down and long, 3rd down and long, as he's going to let it fly. And had a man open, looked like Roderick Sowers on the slant pattern was open.
For number 10, Braden Strong, was incomplete on the field. That brings up 4th down for your Comets.
Just a double post right there, basically. You got one guy running a skinny post, one guy running a deep post. Levi lays it out there. He's just got to throw a little bit better ball. We had steps on both of them. I think you might see that play get called again
Number
later.
77, Ryan Lytle to punt, received by number 1, Heston Harrison.
I think they call that, I can't remember if it's Dino concept. What is that concept called? They got double slants or double posts. And I think it seems to be like Dino or something.
Something of that standard. I'm not exactly sure.
All right, so that's going to be down at the 40-yard line. So
21, Trevor Rodman at the 41-yard line, where the Carnegie Wildcats will take over 1st and 10.
So the good news for Carnegie is they get to start in pretty solid field position right around the same time, the same place they did their last drive. Good news for the Comets is defensively they got a big stop the first time around, so we'll see if they can't get back at it again.
Just continue to see where the ball is. Don't follow all the smoke and mirrors and just follow the ball, make a tackle, finish a play.
Shotgun set, 2x2.
See some pressure maybe right here?
Yes, he's getting after him. Has to let it fly. Rolls out to the right. Met by another defender. He shakes that one off. Lets it fly. He's got 2 players under it. Gets out for an interception. Levi Taylor.
Field. Number 1, Levi Taylor. First down, Comets.
So that's an interception by Levi Taylor, but I'm going to give about 60% of that to our defensive line. Just a great job of getting pressure and forcing number 1 Harrison into a tough throw. Levi, of course, reads it, makes a good play. Rod's in there on the coverage too. Just a great play for the Comets. Let's see if we can get some momentum going our way. We got to stop in the first possession, then didn't really look all right on the offensive side. Let's see if we can get things going now.
All right, so they'll start on about the 29-yard line following the interception. Second offensive series. First one didn't go too well after following the penalty, so we'll see if they can get things rolling in their favor. Pistol formation, snap. Gets the ball out quick to Roderick Sowers, tries to make a man miss, and he's down for a modest gain of about 4 on the play.
That's a good solid gain, though.
Number 9, Roderick Sowers for a gain of 4. Second down, 6 yards to go.
Compared to the first possession, we're going forward compared to backwards. That's a good gain right there. Maybe you get some juices flowing right here after the interception, the nice little 4-yard play right there. We'll see if we can get something going here on second down.
And they'll line them up here on the offensive line as they got them stacked. One receiver out on each side. Pistol look. Snap. Hands it off. Has to gap up the middle, but plugged up. Number 10 there.
Whoa.
Blows that play up. Again, it seemed like that number 10's been in on a couple of plays today.
Number 21, Trevor Rodman, met in the hole by number 10, Chisholm Kirkendall. Third down and 5 yards to gain.
I would venture to say that you might see another pass like we saw on first down, because if you look, the Carnegie Wildcats are giving us 5, 10, 15 yards of cushion right there. We'll see if they step up some more. Still a 6, 7 yard cushion. Just throw it right out there and let them make a run.
Snap, gets that ball out quick to Roderick, just has to show off that athleticism, throws a shoulder forward.
It's a great
enough to gain the first.
By number 9, Roderick Sowers.
I'm thinking Coach Potter's just going to look at that and say, you know what, you're going to give me 10 yards. I'll just go ahead and keep throwing it out there, and we'll see if you can keep tackling Roderick and keep tackling Braden and keep tackling my athletes out here.
43-yard line for your Hinton Comets.
I'm telling you, watch for it. We're probably going to break one here in a second if they continue to do that.
Yeah, and like you said, if you're going to play off coverage with your DBs, Roderick's a good athlete and is strong, so I'm going to get the ball out to him and let him make a play with, just one man to beat it and the momentum of rolling forward. So, all right, we'll see what happens here. Pitch play, tosses it out. Rodman has to get around the edge. He's pretty quick. He can do it. He's going to turn this 8-9, bust it for 10.
Carry on the play, number 21, Trevor Rodman. First down, Comets!
Just a simple sweep to the open range over there, and he got outside and made a nice play to get over the guy diving at him. 9-yard gain for the Comets, and we're rolling now.
And I tell you what, that's one thing. That's Rodman's best ability, is his ability to get around the edge. He just kind of has that speed that not everybody on the roster has, and that's why he gets so many touches a game, is because he has that speed and can really turn the corner. So we'll see here, all by himself. He's going to QB keeper to the right side.
Levi
smashes forward for a first down.
Big run, quarterback keeper Levi Taylor, and that's another Comet first down.
Comet train is rolling. We're starting to get guys on the outside, letting our athletes make plays. Levi makes a good little off-tackle run right there.
Comets at the 33-yard line.
Get a great pull by Ryan Lytle, I believe, to get over there and lead block right there, and just a great job by the Comets.
Yeah, and when you pull the guard and tackle, that's not always easy. Not always easy to execute there. Back under shotgun formation. Rodman in motion. He's going to keep it, roll out to the right side. It's a followable block, cut back inside, and another good gain. That's another first down for the Comets.
Run by quarterback Levi Taylor. That's another Comet first down.
So if you remember last week, Coach Potter ran that play quite often, and I was wondering if he was going to continue to go back to that, and he really kind of set it up earlier by having Trevor
on the 20-yard line. First and 10 to gain.
He really set it up earlier by having Trevor come off the jet sweep earlier, and now he's able to keep it, and that's actually a designed run. That's a great job by Levi keeping it and go.
All right, and they'll bunch him up on the right side. We'll see if they run to the strong side. Pistol formation, snap, hand off, has follow, has a puller, cuts back outside and back in. Rodman just fighting for every yard to gain he can, but flag on the play.
Penalty marker on the play.
I'm going to guess you're looking at a face mask right
Run
here.
For a short gain by number 21, Trevor Rodman.
Because that flag's pretty late. It's on the tackle, unless there's just something where somebody's pulling somebody down. What they call right there.
Holding cold on the Hinton Comets.
Did not see
That's a
holding
10-yard penalty.
Yeah, and
sets up first down, 20 yards to gain.
And I tell you one thing too, just another interesting kind of facet of that play is, again, there they were using Ryan Lytle again as a puller. You see him kind of moving over, and maybe if they had, again, Trevor Rodman just kind of goes with a full head of steam, just a little bit late there pulling around. But I'll tell you what, that was close. If that block had come in time, or maybe he had waited just for a moment, that might have opened up something. But it's negated anyway by the holding penalty. So
A little hesitation goes a long way sometimes.
yes, pistol formation. Snap, gets this one out quickly. Roderick Sowers has to come back to the ball a little bit behind him.
Pass number 1, Levi Taylor, intended for number 9, Roderick Sowers, incomplete.
I would say that was a miscommunication by Rod and Levi right there. They just got to get on the same page. I don't know if maybe Rod was supposed to stay and Levi threw it behind him, or if Rod was supposed to go and Levi threw it behind him. But anyways, that's just a mistake you make. Next play, like we talked about earlier, let's make a play right here and get going in a positive direction.
Yeah, so again, just like last week, they're starting to sling the ball around a little bit. Coach Potter did say this season they were going to try to throw the ball a little bit more, and we saw that in the first half last week, and been seeing it again here as he's going to keep it out to the left. I tell you what, he's got space, gets down, and they do a good job of shorting that play up.
Quarterback keeper number 1, Levi Taylor, 6-yard gain, 3rd and 13.
They are so terrified of Trevor Rodman getting to the outside on this with the boundary over here that Levi's able to just run right into the opposite boundary with all the motion going that way.
It seems like right now he may be averaging about 7-8 yards a carry. He's got to be close to double-digit yards per carry on average. Just every play seemingly a first down, a chain mover play when Levi Taylor's involved carrying the ball. So he's going to pass it this time. That's a fling. Braden Strong just got the space. Oh, dropped it in like rain, but just missed by inches.
Pass incomplete, intended for number 10, Braden Strong. Brings up 4th down, 13 yards to gain.
So just a fly route right there by Braden. And
Come on, crowd, let's make some noise right here. It's 4th down for your Comets.
Levi throws a really good ball right there. It just didn't work out. Braden was a little bit inside. The ball was a little bit outside, but that's where you want that fly route. You want it to the boundary so the defender can't get his hands on it. He's got to make a play next time.
All right, going for it on 4th down and 13. Snap. They're going to take advantage of field position. Lets it fly. They're going to try this again. Floats it up. This time, ball a little bit inside. As number 2 about makes a pick and play on it.
Braden Strong. And that's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10. Carnegie Wildcats.
Honestly, I like the mentality there of going for it because you're deep in their field. Throw a ball deep, and if they pick it, it's a punt. That's really all it is. We end up picking or tackling them on the 1-2 yard line, and they have not very good field position regardless. Let your defense work, continue to play the field position game, and get back to the next possession, get closer and closer. You're going to end up punching it in sooner or later.
The last time the Wildcats had the ball, it's an interception by Levi Taylor. Up 1-0 so far in the turnover battle as they load them up in the box here and kind of drop 3, but they're going to get a timeout taken here.
Timeout
by the Wildcats. So we're going to go ahead and take a timeout here too. We'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv. 3:24 remaining, still 0-0 in the first.
Measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking.
Guy from Hennessy does a good job.
All right, we're back live here out of the timeout. Taken by the Wildcats. Seeing it 1st down and 10. Snap. Goes up the middle. Plugged up there. Looked like that was Alexis Valaspino on that one.
Quarterback keeper, number 1, Heston Harrison. Tackle made for a short gain by number 50, Alexis Valaspino.
Nathan,
and number 22, Clifton Craighead.
I'd like to give you a description of what they are in right there.
Second down, 9 yards to gain.
That's just a lot of guys in the backfield, so we're going to call that heavy package. How's that sound?
There you go.
You know, Alexis is able to get there and make a good play right there. Just an athletic big dude right there, making a play, being an athlete.
All right, they go with a similar look here. They got everybody up on the line, basically. Only one receiver out. It kind of follows there, almost a little wildcat look.
Yeah.
And he's only going to gain about a yard, maybe.
Number 25, Lenham Mabry on the carry. Short gain. Tackle there by Mini Comets, led by number 11, Jack Brookshire. That brings up third down, 8 yards to go. And Comet fans, it's third down, so let's rumble!
You know, I don't really know if that was a direct snap or not on that last play. You know what I'm saying? 25 got it and took it, but number 1's also back there. I can't really tell who's the quarterback at this point.
All right.
It's a snap.
He has to get it out there. It's bobble. That's dangerous.
Pass incomplete. Dropped by number 21, Bryson Longhat. That brings up fourth down, 8 yards to go.
I tell you what, dangerous too. When you throw it just a hair behind, they start bobbling. That could have been a turnover for the Comets.
Yeah, for sure. They had it covered really well. The guy honestly threw a pretty good ball. Looks like number 1's got some zip on his pass.
Back to kick number 1, Heston Harrison. To receive number 21, Trevor Rodman.
Something to watch out for. The guy punting is also the quarterback.
Yeah, so punts it here. Sails over the head of Trevor Rodman. And it's going to take a Carnegie bounce. And, we got a little tossle there as they get up. Kind of cleaned it up there. And I tell you what, that's how you flip the field.
Line where the Comets will take over 1st and 10.
Not exactly sure if they were expecting something different there, but I tell you what, if you're Carnegie, you will take that. That's called flipping the field, and then you get to roll along with that, man.
So the beauty of flipping the field right there is Hinton is not known for the big play. They're known for grinding out the clock and making it go the full distance on getting the ball down the field. So I mean, it really helps your defense as far as Carnegie's concerned, as pinning the Hinton Comets back as far as you can. And this is a situation where the Comets need to try and get some field position back right here and just whittle it down, get back down the field, maybe have a chance to punch it in.
All right, so wing out to the right side. One receiver's out on each side. Toss play. Can he get around? Cuts back inside, and just well played by the linebackers there. I tell you what, that's good defense.
Gain of 2 on the carry. Number 21, Trevor Rodman, tackled there by number 30, Uzziah Haiti. That brings up second down, 8 yards to gain.
Positive yards, though. Positive yards. You know, he's not getting hit in the backfield as much anymore. We just need to keep getting across the line of scrimmage and give Trevor chances to break one.
Yeah, and that's really one of those. They just did a good job of playing contain, and then when he had to cut back inside, they were there. They had defenders there. So a minute remaining here. Score still 0-0. Second down and 9. As he's going to keep it, rolls out to the right side on a play that's worked well for them so far and gains them about 3 more.
Quarterback keeper on the play, number 1, Levi Taylor. Gain of about 4. That brings up third down, 5 yards to go.
So if you watch that play, like I said, it's a nice fake they're playing out right there. Maybe they're setting up for Trevor to get it one time, or maybe they're setting up for Trevor to get it on a swing pass later, or maybe Levi keeps it and swings it over to the other side.
All right, so working quickly here, still 15 seconds on there. Not really playing up-tempo, but definitely picked up the pace a little bit this evening, and something they do a little bit more than they have in previous years. Snap. He's going to QB keep it, cuts inside, tries to fall forward for enough for the first. It's going to be close.
Levi Taylor on the quarterback keeper. Met there by number 66, Caden O'Keefe.
I think we're going to be sitting about 4th and 2.
You're waiting to talk.
Yeah. No, I think
fourth down, 5 yards to go.
4th and 5. Maybe we didn't get as many yards as I thought.
Yeah, about 4th and a yard. And I tell you, just because of that field position, you almost have to bring your punt team out. I mean, I know you'd like to go for it here. If they went for it, I would definitely not be against it. But
and that's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Carnegie Wildcats 0 and your Hinton Comets 0.
But with field position, that's going to be tough. So interesting to see what they do when they come out of the into the quarter here, or into the second. So into the first quarter, score 0-0.
Again,
We'll be right back here in just a moment for the start of the second quarter right here on HintonComets.tv.
The account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
Feeding the industry.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0833.
Bring us back here. Good.
All right,
Big
we're back here.
By number 77, Ryan Lytle, down by the Comets.
So Ryan Lytle
at the 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Carnegie Wildcats.
gets a big punt there at the 28-yard line. So again, score, for those of you just joining, our score, that on the board is correct. It's 0-0. So it's been all defense so far. And tell you what, that's what we saw last week. Again, the game against Tennessee, the first half was mostly defense and then 2 quick scores right before the end of the half. So we'll see who gets on the board first as the Wildcats have the ball.
Big picture right here is just get the ball back and give our offense a chance to go do something.
All right, first down. Snap, kind of a Wildcat again. Gets there and blown up. Containing the edge, number 22. That looks like Clifton Craighead.
Number 22, Clifton Craighead.
You know, great play by Clifton right there. Read the play and just
Lost the
shot through
by
and
number
made a great
25,
tackle right
Lennon
there.
Mabry. That brings up 2nd down, 14.
If we can continue to get outside contain and string those plays out as much as possible, let our athletes go out and make plays, we're going to be just fine tonight.
All right, so 2nd down and 14 following the loss of 4. Again, you're going to see here a little misdirection, but the Comets are all over that. Roger kind of gets to the edge and down there, finish the play. Hunter Helms.
Play by number 70, Emilio Gonzalez. Short gain, that brings up 3rd down, 9 yards to gain.
Milo Gonzalez with a great tackle right there. Like I said earlier, stringing it out,
Comet
making back
fans, it's
inside, and
another
letting our
3rd
linebackers
down.
make
Your
tackles
defense
what
is
it's really
playing
all
hard.
about.
Why don't you get to your feet and make some noise?
Let's see if we can figure out what they're going to do right here. I would look to see number 1 roll out, or maybe they're in 4-down territory right here. I wouldn't think, but you look to see number 1 roll out right here and try to make a pass to his receiver or running back in the flats.
Oh, and a quick jump there.
It's all right. I think we're
no
good.
No flag. Yep, we're good. Set back. And this time they're going to see if they can run the play. No, I don't see a flag. So
no flag, no launch
getting inside and roll of Comets. No flag on the play.
For a loss. And that brings up 4th down.
Thought we were going to get about 2 offside penalties there. 1, he gets back in time. We're good. Second one looked like offsides, but you know what? It wasn't called. If it's not called, it don't matter.
There was a lot going on at the line of scrimmage on that play. I don't know if the guy changed his cadence or what went on, but the Comets and the Wildcats were both a little bit off track, it seemed like. Got another punt here.
And the Comets come out the beneficiary of that, 4th and 12. And the punt game's been good for both sides so far. This time, a little bit more what the Comets were expecting, I think, on this punt. As that gets around Trevor Rodman, he's going to go ahead and let that roll. And that's down at the 35-yard line, but a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what we got here, Nathan. I didn't really see anything. You don't usually see a flag whenever nobody returns the punt.
Yeah, and it came before the end of the play, really. Yeah. So doesn't look like it'd be anything personal foul related.
Not a dead ball foul for sure. Let's see what he's got here.
All right,
personal foul on the Comets.
Okay, it is personal foul on the Comets.
It is a first down.
Not exactly sure, Coach Phillips. What's your interpretation of that?
It looked like the referee was putting on a life jacket.
I'm not exactly sure. Legal blindside block.
I'm not exactly sure.
That brings up a 1st and 10 for the Comets.
I guess that's a blindside block. It looked like he was about to go dive into a pond or a lake, maybe. I don't know if he's a great swimmer, but what I'm getting at is I've never seen that called before.
I was going to say
without a return. I mean, a blindside block without a return. I guess it happens. I'm sure. It's just I don't know if I don't watch enough football or what the deal is, but I've never seen that called before.
That's the first time I've seen that this season, and I'd have to really go back to think when I would have heard that called. Again, not saying it's the wrong call, just having to go back and think of when I've heard that called last. And
it's kind of a newer rule too.
Okay, and see that. There we go, little tidbits from Coach Phillips himself, giving us the information. That's why we like having two heads up here. All right, they're going to load them up on the line again. Again, led under the direction of Levi Taylor. So we'll see if they can get things going. Score still 0-0. Who's going to get on the board first? Lets it out there quick to Roderick Sowers. He tries to show off the strength, and good job there by number 1 to finish the play.
Number 1, Levi Taylor, to number 9, Roderick Sowers, tackled on the play. Short gain by number 1, Heston Harrison. That brings up 2nd down, 9 yards to gain.
I would watch right here. They're starting to creep up more and more and more. You might see like what they call a hitch and go or a stop and go right here by the Comets. If they can give Levi enough time, they can fake the number 1 out right here and make him dive and then go deep for a route.
All right, we'll see what happens here. He's going to go met there by number 53. It was a keeper, but they were all over that one this time.
Keeper on the play. Short loss. Number 1, Levi Taylor, tackled by number 53, Trevor Clifton.
It's all right.
That brings up 3rd down, 11 yards to gain.
Yeah, that play's been so well for the Comets. At some point in time, they're going to have one where they sniff it out, and that time they did.
Anxious to see what Grant goes with, or Coach Potter goes with right here. I would look to see if he can maybe get Trevor or Braden the ball. We haven't seen much their way this possession. Maybe he gets Rod the ball here on an outside route. We'll see.
Yeah, got Jack Brookshire down there at the block and tight end. Lets it fly here, 1-on-1. Ball sails over his head, incomplete.
Pass intended for number 9, Roderick Sowers, is incomplete. That brings up 4th down, 11 yards to go.
So this is a situation we talked about in the pregame, and I know I've harped on this over and over again. We've got to get to the next play mentality right here. That's 3 kind of rough plays in a row right there.
Kick for your Comets, number 1 to receive.
Got to get the momentum going back our way.
Snap. Ryan Lytle punts it. Kind of shallow, but does take a Comet bounce and roll, and they'll down it at about the 43-yard line.
Punt down at the 42-yard line, where the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10.
All right, so Coach Phillips, what you read of this game so far with 8:34 remaining in the second?
Really just got to get the passing game going. I mean, we're rushing it with effectiveness. They stopped us on one of our runs that last possession, but, we're trying out the passing game. Just got to get that going. Got to make a connection somewhere. One connection is all it takes, and everybody gets on the right page. Got to continue to get stops on the defensive end, obviously, and give ourselves chances to score on the offensive end just to get out there and win this game. And something else to think about, we get the ball to start the second half. So if we can get a lead going in the second half, maybe punch one in there, then get a 2-possession lead, you're right where you want to be if you're the Comets.
All right. 2-by-2. Again, just a lot of formation changes for the Wildcats. Gets it out. Has a man open. Number 21 has to make a man miss. Hunter Helms stays all over it and brings him down. But a good gain on the first down play.
Bryson Longhat, gain of 8 yards. Tackled on the play by number 4, Hunter Helms, and number 10, Braden Strong.
So, a nice little 8-yard gain, nice little out route, nice design by the Wildcats. Really, Braden trips right there, and if Braden doesn't trip right there, he's really got a good chance to possibly jump that route and take that one to the house.
Yeah, and a late flag. It looks like it's going to give him some more. We haven't got a call yet, but looks like that's going to be on the Comets.
Personal foul, face mask on the Hinton Comets.
Yeah, face mask.
It's a 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10. Wildcats at the 34-yard line.
And it's just, last week we had a lot of penalty yards last week, but they were painful penalties and penalties worth a lot of yardage. And that one right there, that hurts because that tacks on another 15 on top of already, as you said, giving up 8.
So a net 23 on the play right there. Not good for the Comets.
It's difficult. That's nearly a fourth of the yardage. Snap is going to kind of keep it here. QB, maybe keeper, you call it. Sort of wildcat play, but not much doing. Maybe gain a 3.
Short gain on the play. Quarterback number 1, Harrison, tackled by number 50, Alexis Valdespino, and number 77, Ryan Lytle.
So
second down, 7 yards to gain.
Pretty good job getting him down, minimalizing the gain by the Wildcats right there. If you've noticed, the Wildcats have gone spread the last 2 plays right here. Let's see if that's something they stick with. They found some success. It gets our athletes kind of away from the tackling box, and we'll see if we can get a tackle here, man.
And you're right. Shotgun 2x2 kind of spread there. Faces pressure quick. Has to get that one out quick, and it's up short.
Intended for number 30, Uzziah Haiti.
Great pressure by Jack Brookshire right there to get in. He blitzed the last time also, but he kind of just went upfield. He didn't do the best job of taking an angle right there. It's a much better angle on the quarterback right there by Jack. Great adjustment for the Comets. Keep getting that pressure. Make him get rid of it quick. Don't let him sit out and roll out.
Comet fans, it's a big 3rd down play in the first half. Let's rumble!
Comets have got to get a stop right here to avoid letting the Wildcats get any closer.
Coach Phillips, are you ready to rumble here on 3rd down?
I'm ready to go, man.
All right, they got him bunched up.
Too.
High snap rolls out, and again, they're all over that. Jack Brookshire tries to get down.
Yes!
Play, Jacob Honeywell.
Back on the play, number 65, Jacob Honeywell.
I love that kid.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to talk about favorites too much, but is there a better guy to have make a great player? That guy's such a good kid, man. Always got a smile on his face. Also can play a little bit of football. Great tackle. Him and Jack got great pressure right there. Jack way to run him down and slow him down so Jacob can get in there and make a play.
Number 1, Heston Harrison.
And really, it made the Wildcats punt.
Trevor Rodman.
Yeah, they lost about 10 on that one. So punt again. Kind of flying by their heads there. That punt real low, but again, takes a good bounce and roll down to about 10-yard line.
That was absolutely dangerous right there. That ball went right by Hunter Helms' head. I thought it hit his helmet.
The Comets will take over. 1st down, 10 yards to gain.
That would have been catastrophic right there if it would have hit off his helmet and the Wildcats would have got it. Back to that play by Jack and Jacob, we're sitting in that 3rd down and 7 range right there. If he gets rid of that ball, you're looking at a 4th and 7. They're probably going for it right there. And that's just a huge play to get him down and not let him get a pass off right there.
All right, so the defensive stand continues. Both teams still 0-0, 6:31 here in the second quarter. Surprising so far. I wouldn't say, I guess, the score to be 0-0 at this point. Shotgun snap, hands it off, cuts the corner, rolling Rodman. He's going to be enough for the first. Has one man to beat. It's a foot race to the 50, to the 40. Can anyone catch him? He's going to get all the way down into the end zone. Trevor Rodman, touchdown, Comets.
So just a
90 yards for number 21, Trevor Rodman.
So we've been talking the whole time about the Comets getting some of the outside and breaking one and losing. Who better but Trevor Rodman? And we really set that play up over the last 2 weeks. I talked about that keeper that Levi's been running, and we finally give it to him that one time, and he takes to the house. What a play by the Comets.
And we just said the score was 0-0. We needed a score, and Trevor Rodman listened and answered with the 90-yard break open run for a touchdown. So Ryan Lytle trying to make it a 7-zip game. Kick is up, and it is
good. Number 77, Ryan Lytle.
An absolute delivery by the Comets. Mr. Allen requested, and the Comets delivered.
Comet fans, that's the excitement you've been waiting for. It's homecoming 2022. Let's get in this game and cheer on your Hinton Comets.
Tell you what, I thought my growl was crazy. The PA guy's got a better growl than I do.
He's killing it, man. Owning the growl.
All right, we'll be right back here in just a moment. Score 7-0. right here on HintonComets.tv.
Or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo.
All right, I want to welcome you back. Harrison back to receive the kick. Lytle kicking off, following the touchdown by number 21, Trevor Rodman, for 90 yards. Yes, you heard it, 90 yards.
So as we talked about earlier, able to get a touchdown right there. If we can get another stop right here, get another touchdown going at halftime, we get the ball back right where we want to be. Comet football.
All right, and here we go. Kick is out. It's going to be fielded at the 23-yard line. Number 30 has it, cuts back inside, and again, decent field position on about the 38.
By number 30, Uzziah Haiti, brought down by number 55, Buddy Garza.
Buddy with the big tackle right there.
Ball
Buddy's a fan favorite. I don't know if anybody knew that or not.
Wildcats.
I believe Clifton Craighead was in on that tackle too. Believe it or not, we've said his name a few times tonight too.
Yeah.
You know, Clifton's one that we don't really talk a whole lot about all the time, but he's always in on the play. He's a guy that's got just a bunch of like half tackles. You know what I'm saying? He's
And look there on the far side down, it looks like number 52, Bo Brookshire's in on there.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out, got some new faces.
Yeah.
He's played a little bit, but nice to see him in there on the first down play. And the snap there, gets it inside. That's going to be a good gain for about 6.
Keeper on the play, number 25, Lenham Mabry, brought down by number 4, Hunter Helms.
So they went fake right, fake left. Looked like
on
more
the
of
play,
a
6 yards, bringing up second down, 4 yards to gain.
Like I say, went left, faked right, and looked like more of a pirouette by the quarterback right there. Kind of a nice move, and fooled the Comets just enough just to get a little bit of breathing room to get in there and get 4 or 5 yards on the carry.
Pirouette, that's a great word. Second down and 4. As number 75 has to get out quickly. Still join along the line. Shotgun formation snap. There's that misdirection again. Number 1 has it, but the Comets are all over it. Clifton Craighead.
Number 22, Clifton Craighead.
Tell you what, Craighead is
Last in
having
the
one heck of
play
a game so
of
far.
7 yards. That brings up third down, 10 yards to gain.
It's got to be at least 8 or 9 tackles he's been in on. I don't know if he's got any total, but he's been a part of all 8 or 9 of those for sure.
Third down. It's time to make some noise for your boys. Let's rumble!
All right, third down and 10, and the defensive showing continues for the Comets. As again, surprising here, third down and 10, kind of a pistol look. He keeps it himself in blow. Jack Brookshire and Bo Brookshire in on the play.
Jack Brookshire!
And I tell you what, I believe that looked like the brothers in on there that play, Jack and Bo.
That looked like Batman and Robin tackling the Joker right
5
there.
on the play. That brings up 4th and 15.
I would like to say the Bo's probably
Number 1,
Batman.
Heston Harrison.
Jack's more of a Robin type.
Number 21,
I'll ask him tomorrow.
Trevor Rodman to receive.
And I tell you what, that is going to be one proud dad seeing that. Both your sons getting in there, not only playing on the field at the same time, but getting to both being on the play. Yeah. So Rodman's going to field this. Runs right. He's got a chance. Can he follow his block? Beats one man. He's got his blocks. Can he come back inside? He's going to the route. Taking this down to 10 to 5. Touchdown, Comets!
You want to know the recipe for success, Nathan?
Is return by number 21, Trevor Rodman.
The recipe for success, Nathan, is stop him on defense and get the ball in Trevor Rodman's hands on the boundaries, and you're going to score a lot of touchdowns. So Comets go up 13-0.
Yeah, I tell you what, and back to attempt the extra point, gets that snap down just in time. That was close, and it's good.
Number 77, Ryan Lytle.
And I tell you what,
Your score,
Trevor Rodman.
Hinton Comets 14, Wildcats 0.
I had someone ask me before the game, who do you think the player, if you could guess, who do you think the player of the game is going to be? And I told him, I said, Trevor Rodman, just the way the injuries are and the players that you're going to need to get the touches. I was like, hey, Trevor Rodman, that's my guess. And so far, all 14 of the points set aside for the 2 extra points, of course, belong to Trevor Rodman. So he has been that X factor tonight
the Hinton
for the Comets.
Sports Booster Club is sponsoring a Kick for Cash contest.
Today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
All right, so we're underway following the second touchdown on the day by Trevor Rodman. So Ryan Lytle back to kick. Comets leading 14-zip. And I tell you what, with about 6 minutes left in this quarter, it was 0-0, and just like that, the Comets have turned things around. And it's a good kick there. It takes a good roll. That touches his hand. He's got to get that one up. So the Comets are going to swarm all over this one. Roderick Sowers finishes that one.
Tackle made by number 9, Roderick Sowers. That brings up first down, 10 yards to go from the 15-yard line.
We had about 4 wrecking balls going after that guy. Levi Taylor was in on that. Roderick was the one that made the tackle, but there's a bunch of dudes just swarming to the ball. They saw blood in the water, and it was almost like the Wildcats were expecting the ball to be going past them. Instead, it was going behind them. And
Comets, that's their first of the half.
the guy, he kind of fumbles the return and stuff like that. And after I saw that short kick, I was like, watch out, might do something right here. And sure enough.
The Hinton All Sports Booster Club is sponsoring a Kick for Cash contest. Are you tonight's winner to get a chance to win $20, $30, or even $50? Last call to get signed up at the Booster Club table, located by the northwest entrance.
Just kind of want to remind everybody, halftime, we got the cheer performance down the field. Of course, the Comet Cheer Squad, they've got a regional competition tomorrow at Stroud, so they'll go up north Saturday, going out and support them. 1 or 2 homestands, of course. We'll talk halftime with Coach Jennifer Holman, so try to get her for a halftime interview. And then, of course, post-game with Coach Potter himself. So the Comets up 14-0, hoping they continue this, get a big blowout win so we can get them up here and have a fun post-game show with you guys.
And good luck to the cheerleaders, obviously, this weekend. That'll be a great time for them. Hopefully they can advance to the next round. I believe it's state the following week.
Yes, state the following Saturday.
Just a
up
great,
in Tulsa.
Yeah, great tradition for the cheerleaders at Hinton. Hopefully they can keep that rolling.
All right, so down 2 scores. Carnegie needs an answer. We'll see what they come up with. Again, just interesting formation here. High snap, gets it in time, but plugged up. We'll see if the Comets can finish, and they do. That's number 50, Alexis Valdespino in on that one.
Quarterback keeper on the play, short gain, met by number 50, Alexis Valdespino. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13.
We talked about who was going to step up with Strother and Wright out of the game. And 2 guys that I can notice have stepped up on the defensive side already are Clifton Craighead and Alexis Valdespino. Alexis has been in the backfield almost every play. He's wrapping up. He's making tackles. I bet he's got 4 or 5 tackles right now. And for a defensive lineman to have that many, it's a pretty good half.
Yeah, and it seemed like a lot of plays. That's one thing Coach Potter says. You want to have it where you're 2nd down and long, 3rd down and long, down in distance, long to go. That way it sets you up in a play where...
Timeout, Carnegie Wildcats. That's their 2nd of the half.
Makes you one-dimensional. And right now, the Wildcats, they're kind of in a position where you can tell they've got some good skill set players, but they don't necessarily have that quarterback where they can run a whole lot of spread. We saw it a little bit in the first quarter, but they don't have that kind of run and gun, sling it style offense, and so they have to try a multitude of different looks. And right now the Comets are just kind of blowing things up front and really kind of living in the backfield.
And they've got the big running backs that are just solid dudes, but they don't have necessarily that breakaway speed that the Comets have, and that's really honestly been the difference in the game, Nathan, is the Comets have broken 2 big plays, and the Wildcats just haven't got that done yet. really just kind of a rubber match outside of that, just kind of like two MLB arms just throwing at each other and like a 0-0 type game, and then one guy hits a home run, another guy hits a home run. It's 2-0. Next thing you know, you're down 2 runs, and it's hard to come back. That's really what the situation the Wildcats are in right now. Let's see what they can come up with right here. Little baseball analogy there.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so Comets with 2 timeouts remaining. The Carnegie Wildcats just 1 left, 2:54. Of course, Comets leading 14-zip. Snap, getting another keeper, but plugged up as he somehow evades that. I tell you what, I thought he was about to go down. Just makes one man miss, but not much doing on that one either.
Heston Harrison brought down by number 1, Levi Taylor.
Just so many.
That brings up 3rd down, 11 yards to go. Come on, Comet fans, one more time in the first half. Let's make some noise and let's rumble!
So a great thing to see right there is a bunch of red hats and red jerseys in the backfield. Everybody flocking to the ball. Once we saw the quarterback had it, we just did a great job of just getting him down and keeping him from breaking a big play right there. If he gets to the outside, you might see some problems there.
All right. 3rd down and long. Snap. He's going to keep it again. Cuts in, cuts back out, tries to evade a defender, and that's scooped up. Ryan Lytle to the 5. Touchdown,
Number 77, Ryan Lytle!
There's nobody happier at this moment in the entire world than the one and only Ryan Lytle. I can promise you that. Is that his first career touchdown?
I would say
probably so. Yeah, probably so. Hopefully he can calm down his excitement right here. He's down in a squatting stance right now. I don't know if he's just tired or what he's got going. Big man Ryan making a big play right there for the Comets. Let's see if he can finish it out right here with the field goal kick.
Snap, ball down, gets it up, going after. Here it goes.
He does it all, folks. Touchdown and point after by number 77, Ryan Lytle.
All right, and just like that, the Comets leading 21-zip, and I tell you what, with only 6 minutes in the second quarter, they answered. They put up what feels like a pretty quick 21 points. So again, how the turntables, 21-zip, 3 scores just like that. So again, this is good. You're going to carry this momentum they're building up into halftime. You've got, last week scoring was difficult last week. They played, they kind of struggled in the first and second half, and you come up here, you put 21 up against a team that you're expected to play well against. This really kind of gives good vibes, good feel going into halftime. So again, let's just see if they can close out here now with 2 minutes left. You don't want to give up a quick score. Let them flip back any of that momentum before we go off to the locker room.
2 words for the Comets right here. Stay disciplined.
Yeah, and that's one of those tough things, too. When you get a quick scoop and score like that, you got to turn right back around defensively and get right back after it, right?
And if you think about it, our offense hadn't been on the field for the last 3 possessions.
Yeah.
You have the punt return go all the way to the house, and then you have the fumble recovery returned all the way to the house.
All right, kick is off. Fielded, bobbled a little bit, but regains control. Braden Strong gets in there to try to finish and stood up as Jacob Bonnywell gets in there with him. And they'll down that at about the 32-yard line.
30, Uzziah Haiti, met there by number 10, Braden Strong.
I was wondering.
That brings us up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
I was wondering after that guy got stood up if they were going to go ahead and blow it dead. He was standing up, moving for a while, big pile, finally got it blew dead. That's just a great job of flocking the ball, as I said earlier, and making a play for the Comets.
Yeah, so minute 53, 21-zip. Wait on that scoreboard update. If it doesn't, we'll put it up there ourselves. Comets up 21-zip, 3-score lead, minute 53. And like you said, fundamental defense here. 4 down linemen. They've got 8 in the box. They're ready for the run, and that's exactly where they go. Just got to get to the edge. Hunter Helms, can he seal it? Good tackle there for gain
Tackle made by number 4,
2.
Hunter Helms. 3 yards on the carry by number 30, Uzziah Haiti. That brings up 2nd down, 8 yards to gain.
Great job chasing down and making a tackle by Hunter Helms. Just a great job by the Comets.
And again, those kind of plays are great because those kind of plays are great because it keeps the clock rolling. 2 minutes left. You want to keep everything in front of you. You want short gains, and you want to keep them away from the boundary so it doesn't stop the clock, and that's exactly what they did. So 1:10, they ate another 20 seconds off the clock just in that time alone, as number 30 bobs back inside and gains about 5 on the play. But, right now this is a win for the Comets, as we may get another timeout taken here at the end of the play. They're saying they got a turnover.
Yeah.
And they got the signal, too.
Hinton Comets, number 50, Alexis Valdespino.
Great job on the fumble recovery right there. It's on that far side. We couldn't really see what was going on, but I'm guessing on the way down he got
First down, Hinton Comets at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
Comets are Johnny on the spot. I believe that's Valdespino, Johnny on the spot, getting on the ball. We've now had 2 defensive linemen making huge plays for the Comets. Let's see if we can get something going on the offensive end here again.
All right, with a minute left, I think they're going to still try to get out there and score, and goes with Trevor Rodman, but he's met.
Great
Dukes
cut.
one of 8 as he goes up there, met. Of course, using that block of Ryan Lytle, and just kind of falls down.
Timeout on the play.
As Lytle lays the block and the assisted tackle.
Second of the half. That play was for a gain of 9 yards, run by number 21, Trevor Rodman.
So really just a great decision by Coach Potter right there. You give Trevor a chance to get out there and make some yards. If he makes some yards, call timeout, run another play. If he doesn't, maybe go ahead and run the clock out, go into halftime with your 21-0 lead. You don't have to go conservative by any means, but play with kind of the way the tide rolls, and the tide rolled for us right there. We're going to see a couple more plays by the Comets right here. Maybe we can get another one in the end zone.
Yeah, so both teams with 1 timeout apiece, and as I always say, you can't take those timeouts with you in the locker room, so go ahead and use them to your advantage. Again, just want to remind everybody, this is game 1 of 2 on the homestand. Of course, Carnegie playing tonight. Next week, they got Christian Heritage. That is a district game, so we're getting ready to roll into district play. Those games are very important, especially if this team has aspirations of getting to not only make the playoffs, but potentially host a home playoff game, something that we haven't had here in Hinton in a long time, so we're all rooting for that.
Yep.
All right, so they're back here. Again, nice to see Graydon Deviney in there on the play, kind of on the wing, 2 receivers out. As he's going to pull it here, will he let it fly? Zips it there to the corner. And I tell you what, good throwing catch there, Roger Sowers.
Complete to number 9, Roderick Sowers.
Right to the flats.
First down, Comets.
A great little out route right there. You're going to see the clock start rolling again after the first down. Good job getting hurried up, getting to the getting the ball snapped right here, hopefully for the Comets. Get another play going.
Yeah, pistol formation. Deviney kind of motions out just a little bit. Snap. He's going to look. Lets it fling. Intended for Braden Strong. Can't finish. Pretty close. Just missed.
Incomplete. Number 1, Levi Taylor to number 10, Braden Strong. Second down, 10 yards to go.
So that's that Hail Mary kind of fly route situation we've been running. I promise you we're going to connect on one of those sooner or later.
Yeah.
We're really throwing a pretty good ball. It's a little bit long. Maybe put a little bit of air under it and let Braden get underneath and make a play on that.
Yeah, and I tell you what, they connected with that. That was two of the last 2 weeks they've done that. They had it was their one and only score in the first half. They gave them the lead. It was on that similar go route to Braden Strong, and then the week before they had one too. So if they get a motion here, Taylor's going to keep it. Follows his block. If he follows, he may have a chance of scoring. Puts it forward and gets in the end zone for a touchdown. Comets.
Right there. Hinton Comet touchdown.
Great job for another senior to get in the end zone right there. I think it's safe to say, Mr. Allen, that the jet sweep with the keeper is our bread and butter.
Yeah.
I would say that's going to work for us down the road, and teams are going to have to start scouting for that. It's really hard to contain Levi and Trevor both. Who's going to get it, where are they going to go, and can you keep up?
All right, and for the 4th time, we'll see if Ryan Lytle can go 4 for 4 on extra point attempts. Snap, it's down, is good. Kick is up, and it is good.
Number 77, Ryan Lytle, is good.
The man has ice water in his veins.
Like it. And I tell you what, not something I didn't expect to see them get an opportunity to get 7 more points here, make it a 4-score lead for halftime, but that's what turnovers do. Is right now they're winning the turnover battle 3-0.
And we were talking earlier about just needing to get something going and get into halftime with a little bit of a lead. And now you look up, that was with 6 minutes. We scored 28 points in 6 minutes. Just a great job by the Comets to finish out the half and get the momentum going. Nathan, you were talking about our halftime show here pretty quick. Who are we going to have up here?
Yeah, we got Coach Holman today. Last week we had Coach Holman. This week we got Coach Holman, Jennifer Holman, who's the cheer coach for the Lady Comets. And again, they're going to Stroud tomorrow. It's going to be regional competition. And then, of course, if they're one of the 2 teams that advances, they get to go to state the following Saturday. Again, that's going to be at Tulsa. So we're cheering them on, trying to make state. Believe for those fans this time you get a treat at halftime show. We'll interview the coach, but then also down on the field we're going to show the routine that they're going to be presenting tomorrow. So those of you watching here on HintonComets.tv are going to have that presentation right down there at midfield. So it's going to be exciting to watch. It's a good halftime coming up.
Grab your popcorn, grab your drinks. We will have a halftime show.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Ryan Lytle going to be kicking this one off. 25 seconds remaining. Score 28-zip. And the kick is out again. And he falls under it here. Has to hurry. Roderick Sowers tries to break down in there and get the ball. It's a good special teams.
Indy, number 25 on the reception, Lanham Mabry. Touchdown there at the 35-yard line where it will be 1st and 10, Carnegie Wildcats.
You know, again, they've kind of it's been a questionable special teams for Carnegie, but pretty good for the Comets. And it seemed like they've had several plays, one of those kicks where they're just, the people that they're kicking it to is having trouble getting control. We had one snap that rolled that about missed it, and that one had to really work to pick that one up too. So,
question. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nathan.
No, I don't know how so much of it's the way they're kicking it or who they're kicking it to. That's the difference there.
Question is right here, are they going to try and pass or just run the clock out?
All right, can he get in there and finish? Almost does and finishes the job as that's Crease Douglas.
Great job by Crease. Reading the play, getting out there, making a tackle. See if they're going to let the clock run out or call TO.
And I think they're going to with 7 seconds left, although they do have one timeout remaining. But based on their field position, to be smart to probably let this one run, and that's exactly what they do.
Homecoming fans, what a first half for your Hinton Comets. At the half, it's Comets 28, Wildcats 0.
As you heard right there, 28-0. Great job getting the lead by the Comets heading into the half.
All right, so don't go anywhere. Halftime performance coming up, halftime interview with Coach Jennifer Holman. And so we'll take a quick break and then get right back here in just a second for the halftime show. And then we'll be underway with our second half right here on HintonComets.tv, powered by Squirtle.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Stroud tomorrow afternoon to compete in their regionals. Tonight they will be performing their competition routine. Good luck, Comets, in the regionals.
Good luck at regionals, Hinton cheer. All right, fans, please draw your...
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros and
Your coach, Jennifer Holman, back-to-back weeks halftime shows of back-to-back Holman. So last week we interviewed Jared Holman. This week we got Coach Jennifer Holman. So again, lots coming up. We were just talking about, as you saw, the halftime routine there. That was exciting. The cheer squad's going to regional competition tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that? Can you tell the fans a little bit about what to expect?
Okay, I feel really excited about that. We had a good showing on Wednesday night, and the girls hit a good, solid performance, and then today at the pep assembly, and then just now at halftime, so I'm feeling really good going into it tomorrow. We have to go to Stroud, and that's regionals, and if we do well, then we get to move on to the state championship next week.
Yep. And so could you tell them a little bit about as far as how many teams need, or what place you need to be to advance to state?
We have 7 teams in our region, and there's also another region competing tomorrow too. And definitely your regional champion and regional runner-up move on to state, but also any team that meets a minimum number of points. I believe it's 225 out of 300. So some years they take every team, because every team scores well enough to meet that requirement, and then there's other years that only the champion and the runner-up advance to. So obviously we'd like to leave tomorrow as regional champion, but the main ultimate goal is just qualify for next week.
Yes, and so, you know, again with cheer, things change year to year. You have players graduate. Could you guys tell us what is something this year that is noticeably different, or what's the different as far as looks, challenges? What's something new this year as far as cheer?
A definite challenge for us was last year we bumped up to 3A. We had a lot of success the last several years in 2A, winning 4 state championships in a row, and then we got bumped up to 3A just because of our student enrollment. So it's a whole other level of competition, bumping up just one class size. So that's definitely a challenge, and I have a big senior class this year, so we really tried to recruit and get our numbers up again so that when these kids graduate this year, we can still have a good size squad for next year too, because in 3A we need as many people as we can get.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, you girls did the showing Wednesday night. That was a lot of fun for those that came out and got to watch that. One thing I did notice though is, hey, these girls they're facing, the boys and girls are facing through a lot of adversity. You know, they've had some different shifts in and out with injuries and things like that. Could you kind of talk about some of the adversity they've faced this season so far?
Definitely. Like, that's one thing. Luckily we had more people try out this year, and we were lucky to put more people out there on the sidelines and have some alternates, because our routine has changed, I think, at least 3 times so far. We started with choreography in June, getting ready for September competition, and we changed it because some of our stunts weren't hitting, and so we adjusted some numbers. And then I lost one senior with a knee injury, and she's having surgery next week, so I had to bring in an alternate. And then just this week I lost another senior for a shoulder injury, and so here comes another one to step in in. So thank goodness I have those numbers and those girls that are ready. You know, in softball and baseball and football, like you can substitute anytime, but cheer's not like that. We don't really have a bench that we can sub in and out. So I have those people that know the routine and are ready to jump in just in case something like that happens, and they've done an amazing job to step in. But I hate losing 2 seniors and their leadership out there on the mat. It's really tough for them to just have to watch. And then I have some other ones you can see with shoulder braces and knee braces. We're just kind of fighting through some injuries and hoping to make it through tomorrow and next week, you know, healthy.
Yes, exactly. And of course, can't let you leave without asking one more question here. I've asked just about every coach this, because one thing I love about this halftime experience is we get to learn new things. So my question to you is, what is one thing about the cheer squad, the group of girls, boys that you have this year, that nobody, if you hadn't told us, nobody would know about them that's fun and interesting?
Okay.
Give us a good tidbit.
You might not know. I think the boys learned a little bit this week trying to do male cheerleading, how hard cheer really is. Like, I mean, we're bleeding. We're just, you know, tape it up and keep going. You know, we don't get a timeout to just stop and adjust and fix things. So conditioning is a big part of it. So in June, we start jogging for our warm-up for practice, and we build up to where we run a mile before practice, every practice. And so in the multi-purpose or maybe in the dome, that's our warm-up every time. Go do your mile. And they don't love it, you know. No, I mean, most people don't love to run, but yeah. So I did notice, I learned this year, and I've been doing this a long time, but I'm kind of ashamed it took me this long to figure it out. If we run outside, like around the high school or around the football field or practice field area, if we're out in front of the football guys, nobody walks and nobody's lazy. We jog all those laps. So it's a good little incentive.
Put your hands together for the flag of Hinton under the direction of Mr. Hickman,
but we do. It takes a lot of conditioning to go out there for 2 minutes straight and jump and tumble and yell the entire time, you know, and do your stunts and things like that. So they do have to be in really good shape.
Hey, no matter what it is, incentives work, right?
That's right. That whatever works, you got to go with it.
All right. So, hey, want to thank everybody here. Of course, I'm here with head coach of the Lady Cheer Squad, Jennifer Holman. Want to thank you once again for coming up here and doing that. The Comets get a 28-0 halftime lead here. So we'll be right back here with some stats in the start of the second half. Want to thank you guys. We'll be right back here on HintonComets.tv.
2 words, cashback.
Nice little setup up here.
I know. I can hear so good. Like, it's nice.
It's so much better than we were 2 years ago at the Mariner thing. Like, you had that little clip. This is, when the internet works, this is pretty good too. We got I did the camera on that, so it ought to be good. Yeah. You should have some good footage. Good so far in the first half. The camera looked good. You know, it's kind of hard to do that.
Okay, fans.
2 more words. You're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
Feeding the industry.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there was more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
The industry.
All right, I want to welcome you back here for the start of the second half. Comets, 4-score lead, 28-zip. Not much else you could ask for. It's a little slow out the gate for both teams, but in the second quarter, it was all about special teams and a little bit of a turnover battle as they won 3-zip. Ryan Lytle scoops one in for a score.
Please remember, next
Trevor
Friday
Robbins
night
scores
is
one
our
on a punt
Military
return.
Appreciation Night. All active duty military and veterans will receive free admission to the football game versus Christian Heritage, and we will have a special military-themed halftime show involving the Pride of Hinton and the Hinton vocal programs.
And, of course, a 90-yard break-off touchdown run by Trevor Robbins. So, a lot of action, multiple different ways that they've gotten involved. What's your approach here for the second half, Coach?
Just a complete 6 minutes of domination. As you were talking about earlier, that's some special teams, defense, offense, everybody really contributing to make this lead that we've got. And now, we were kind of in the same position week one
Receiving the second half kick,
where you have a big halftime lead, and your goal is really just to keep the ball in your hands, Hinton Comet football, grind it out, make them tackle us, take time off the clock, and get out of here with the dub.
And wind's starting to pick up a little bit as it died down in the second quarter, but I don't know if fans can hear, but it's definitely big. It's cooled off too. It feels like it's in about the mid to low 70s right now. It feels good out here. And at the new LED lights, want to give a shout out to that. They look so good this season. Got new LEDs. The field is shining nice and bright with them. And I tell you, if his kick is off, and we'll see if Clifton Craighead and when he gets out of bounds, he'll flag. So good starting field position coming for the Comets.
Penalty flag on the play. Kick out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Continue to control the tempo right here. That's what the Comets need to do. Great job not trying to recover that. Ball goes out of bounds. I believe they get that at the 45-yard line, or 35, I apologize. So great field position for the Comets. It leaves you a short field here. You'll get another touchdown and put this game away.
The Hinton Comets will start 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, and that penalty, that's a tough penalty to start the game with. And like you said, puts the ball in 35. So we'll see what the Comets do with it. Wing formation, one receiver out on each side. Shotgun, hands off to Trevor Rodman. Has to make a man miss and does. So works hard to gain about one.
Short gain on the carry by number 21, Trevor Rodman. Tackled there by number 25, Lanham Mabry. Second down, 8 yards to gain.
There was that same jet sweep type of stuff you saw right there. The Wildcats are able to sniff it out. Still a 2-yard gain for the Comets, and see if we can continue to get positive yards right here.
And you can already see that they're running this one inside of 10, taking their time between each snap. Rodman in motion, snap, keeps it. Here comes the keeper play, follows his block. He's going to gain big and powers forward there. Gain a 15 on the play.
And that's good for a Comets. First down.
We talked about Jake Wright earlier being out and who was going to step up and carry the ball for us outside of Trevor. Levi has definitely taken over that position today. He's done a great job of running downhill.
39-yard line.
When people hit him, he's not going straight down. He's continuing to finish runs, get extra yards, and that's just great stuff for the Comets right now.
Yeah, so inside of 15, and again, like I said, you got a 28-zip lead here. I'm going to try to control the time of possession and get a long, hopefully scoring drive here. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers out. He's going to keep it there. Evades a man, has a hole, and is quickly closed by number 25. Good play. Gain of about 8 on the play.
Taylor, gain of 9 yards, and that sets up second down, 2 yards to gain.
Great first down play for the Comets.
Tackle made by number 25, Lanham Mabry.
Levi, like I said earlier, just running downhill, running hard, making people take him down. It's not easy to take that guy down. He's a smaller guy, but he's just so tough and physical, and he brings the pain when he runs the ball. That pistol formation we're in right here.
Right back at it. Pistol formation, wing to the right, 2 receivers out, Strong and Sowers, and they're going to look that way. Lets it fly, intended for Strong, who's wide open.
Great job.
That's a good job. Tackle by number 1, but
pass complete by number 1 Levi Taylor to number 10 Braden Strong.
He was absolutely
open. And that's enough for our Comets. First down.
So he was absolutely open.
Flag on the play.
The late flag.
Maybe a little late hit action.
Yeah, and that's going to be on the Comets, unfortunately.
Penalty on the Hinton Comets, illegal man downfield.
Yeah, so usually when that happens, you got a lineman or something that's taking one too many steps
It's a 5-yard loss on the play.
Didn't see what happened, but
second down, 7 yards to gain.
So you want to push up front, but sometimes you don't want too much. And in that situation right there, we got too much. Just got a little bit upfield, as you said earlier, and got a little 5-yard penalty right there. Hopefully the Comets can recover from that.
Yeah, clock continues to roll. 9:45. Still the first possession here for the Comets as they're chewing up a lot of clock on this drive. We'll see if they can put points on with it. This time they're going to give it to Rodman, again on that kind of sweep action, but no gainer on that one. Carnegie gets a much-needed play there defensively.
21, Trevor Rodman.
It's all right.
Tackled there by number 7, Eddie Mandrell.
Clock keeps
Sets
running.
up third down, 7 yards to gain.
Watch for the Comets to maybe go for some of that quick slant action, or maybe that flood action they ran earlier where Braden had that deep out and got that catch. See who has a mismatch right here.
Yeah.
Exploit it. Go get a first down. Continue to move the football and control the clock.
Yeah, 3rd and 7. Maybe kind of a quick out to Roderick Sowers, and he's going to pull it here. Does he do it? He has the out, but kind of fades, and a flag on the play as he'll be sacked by a pair of Wildcats.
Penalty marker on the play. Quarterback sacked by number 10, Chisholm Kirkdahl.
It looks like that's where he was going with that, but just kind of hesitant, and then the flag.
Holding on the offense. Declined.
Penalty was holding on the Hinton Comet offense. That penalty is declined. That sets up 4th down, 13 yards to gain.
All right, so
number 77, Ryan Lytle, back to punt.
Something the Comets haven't done a lot since the first quarter. Punt team's out.
Yep.
Ryan Lytle, snap. Punt is clean.
Wow, great punt.
Sails, too. It's going to fall that way and take a roll. Can they get in on Trevor Rodman? Tries to stop it, and he gets it at the 1-yard line. Great job.
Long field ahead for the Wildcats after a great punt.
Big kick by number 77, Ryan Lytle, down at the 1 by number 21, Trevor Rodman. That's first down from the 1-yard line.
Great job by Ryan right there in the special teams. Even better job by the coverage team to get over there and get it covered and like I said earlier, just make
all right, fans, they're deep in the line, and so let's make some noise for your defense.
All right, so again, we're on safety watch right now. That's one thing you got to be careful here as Carnegie, a team that loves to run the ball. Snap, has to get out quickly and just fall forward. Gains maybe about 2.
Well designed, just get some more space back there in the backfield.
By number 11, Jack Brookshire, and number 70, Emilio Gonzalez.
See if the Comets can get some interior pressure right here. Linebackers keep making plays, go make tackles.
2nd and 7 from the 4-yard line.
All right, 7:57. Of course, again, as you were saying, Coach, it's just one of those plays. You got to see if you can get something going, kind of get moving forward here, get downhill because you're in the danger zone right now. So snap, and again, Comets get a little pressure as he gets right back to the line of scrimmage, and that's basically a no-gainer.
Gang tackled on the quarterback keeper by number 70, Emilio Gonzalez, and number 40, Graydon Deviney. That brings up another big 3rd down.
And how about Graydon Deviney getting in there on that? Tell you what, last week when Jake Wright went down, they kind of went to Dollenberg at middle linebacker spot. There's Graydon Deviney playing middle linebacker this time. There's Graydon Deviney playing Mike linebacker this time. So
Graydon's a guy with a lot of great potential.
There's that misdirection, but plugged up there. Several Comets on. Is that ball out?
It was a fumble, or maybe he's down.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Wildcats.
Yeah.
Hit by number 70, Emilio Gonzalez, and that brings up 5th down.
the back judge right there had a fumble, and then the head linesman had runner down. So great job by the Comets right there. Get a run for a loss, or really no gain. Force the Wildcats into a punt situation. Watch out, Trevor Rodman, another chance to go get one right here and hit the house.
At the very least, they're going to have good field position here and a flag on the play, or maybe a timeout taken. Timeout, of course, taken by Carnegie.
Timeout.
That's their first, and we're going to take our first here in the second half. We'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more.
All right, coming out of the timeout here, first taken by the Wildcats. Comets still have all three of theirs. 6:30 remaining, 28-0.
Back to receive the kick, number 21, Trevor Rodman.
And you heard it there, Trevor Rodman back to receive the kick. It's in deep territory here, so they're going to have a chance to really get good field position. I tell you what, gets in there late, about blocks it as that one just sails and takes a good Comet bounce and roll. That's down at the 20-yard line.
My heart was racing.
Partially blocked by number 77, Ryan Lytle, recovered at the 20-yard line, where the Hinton Comets will start 1st and 10.
My heart was racing the entire time the ball was in the air right there, because nobody knew where the ball was. All the Hinton Comets are running around in circles trying to avoid the ball and stuff like that. You never want that to hit a guy, because it's a live ball after it hits a guy. Now, if it was tipped, that's a different situation, I believe, but I'm not a rule guy, you know.
All right, so great field position here, 20-yard line. Levi Taylor, shotgun formation. It'd be interesting to see if they... Nope, we'll get a quick timeout taken here by the Comets, and that's their first timeout taken.
Timeout, Hinton Comets. That's the first of the second half.
So again, just while we take our time out here, going to remind everybody some upcoming games. Next Friday, we start district play for the Comets football team. They're going to play Christian Heritage. That's another home game right here, September 23rd of next Friday. That starts at 7 p.m.
Please remember that each home game from here to the rest of the season will be sponsoring a kick for cash. Do you have the best leg in Western Oklahoma? Sign up to prove it every home game.
And then again, the next week they're going to play on the road. So back on the road against Western Heights. So we got some big games coming up, rolling into district play. All these games are going to be important. This is the final chance to kind of tune up some things here on homecoming night. And then, of course, softball, I want to give a shout out here. You know, had a great doubleheader win against Hooker yesterday in Woodward. They're going to play a doubleheader against Texhoma on Monday. That's right here at home. So it starts at 1. Second game follow at 3. And then Tuesday they go to Amarillo-Cassett, and that's one of those games that could be for first or second. More than likely going to be for second, but right there at the top in a great district race. If you go online, look at the differential on that. It's absolutely a blast. This is a great district. So shotgun, again, got to go right back to that sweep as he cuts in and out. That was a good tackle there. Hope we're all right.
On the carry, 2 yards by number 21.
I think
Trevor
we may have a
Rodman.
quick injury timeout taken here.
Brought down by number 7, Eddie Mandrell.
He brought him down, but he brought him down and landed hard on the
Injured
ground.
player on the field.
So we'll take a little break here and take a moment for the injury timeout. Comets lead 28-0 right here on HintonComets.tv.
Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
All All right, I want to welcome you back. Just a quick injury timeout, and he's up under his own power, and always good to hear that. Homeward post.
Second down, 8 yards.
We want to see players healthy. Don't want to see anybody getting banged up, so like to see him getting out there and walking up under his own strength.
Yeah, you know, you get in these late game situations and there's a big differential in the score. You never want to see somebody get hurt. You want to continue to see guys stay healthy and finish out the game and get moving on to the next week.
All right, snap. He's going to QB keep it this time. Finds a gap. It's going to cut outside to the 5. In there for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Comets! Look at that keeper, number 1, Levi Taylor.
Great job of faking the handoff and getting downhill. You know, there's been a couple times we've run that and Levi's kind of tried to bounce it too early. Did a great job of cutting it up and getting down the middle and then cutting it up to the outside, getting the outside. Great blocking by the receivers right there. Roderick Sowers and Braden Strong getting out there, getting blocks on the line. The line has done a great job all day today. They won it in the trenches, and they've limited turnovers in the second quarter, third quarter.
So we'll see if he can go 5 for 5 on extra point attempts. So gets a little hesitation. Snap. It's put down good. Kick is up. And it is good.
Extra point by number 77, Ryan.
5 for 5.
Good.
5 for 5. Ryan is on
That
it.
brings the score to your Comets 35, Wildcats 0.
I made a comment earlier about limiting turnovers. They have been limiting penalties the second and third quarter, and that's really helped the Comets succeed to get in the end zone and continue to carry this lead into the fourth quarter, hopefully. $35-0. Homecoming 2022 for the Hinton Comets. Couldn't ask for a better night for it either. Great weather out here. Like I say earlier, wind's blowing a little bit. Nice mid 75. The boys of fall are here.
The boys of fall, absolutely. Love it. Of course, Ryan Lytle going to
Number 77,
kicking
Ryan
off.
Lytle to kick off for the
And
Comets.
number 1 back to return.
Received by number 1, Heston Harrison.
All right, so Harrison back to return. You heard it here. Again, wind kind of in and out. It seemed like it's died down a little bit. We met a few gusts coming out of into the second half, but it's died down just a hair.
Did a great job of making that guy cut it up those extra times. You talked about the extra cuts and extra jukes they made. Man, it's just great coverage by the Comets. There's a bunch of guys looking at him. He ain't got nowhere to go.
All right, so again, you know, you wonder at some point, is Carnegie going to try to change things up? They've tried their bread and butter for about 2.5 quarters, and it just isn't working. The Comets are big. They're physical up front. They've pretty much plugged it. They really have not had an answer for this Comet defense. They're going to continue with that similar look and try that misdirection and a keeper, but it's blowing up there, and we'll see who's all over that Graydon Deviney.
By number 40, Graydon Deviney.
Short gain. 1 yard on the carry. Sets up second down, 9 yards to go.
Youngster Graydon Deviney, number 40 right there, with just a great job, middle linebacker spot of filling a gap, getting in there, and finishing a tackle. And, man, when they got a guy big like that, you got to take him down at the legs, man. You can't stand up and try and take that guy down. You got to get low and take him down at the legs.
No bunch to the right side here. Jack gets an early jump. And faces the block there as they'll swarm to it. Graydon Deviney in on it again.
Big tackle on the play by number 40.
Flowing to the ball right now.
No gain. Sets up third down, 10 yards.
Just a great job of flowing to the ball. You know, anytime you get that outside run right there, your linebackers have to run to the ball. Like I say, Jack gets upfield, makes him cut it up and flow right into where we had Graydon sitting. And just a great job finishing the play. Roderick in there as well. When your cornerbacks and your defensive backs will come tackle, it means really good things for your run stoppage.
All right, third down and long. Good opportunity here, 4 down linemen. He has to roll out right as he's going to pass it there, tipped. Crease Douglas gets fingertips on it, tries to make something out of it.
Number 1, Heston Harrison is incomplete. That sets up fourth down from the 31-yard line.
He wanted that turnover margin to be 4-zip. It was close.
Unreal how many names we've been able to call out for the Comets tonight. I mean, you got guys making plays all over the field everywhere. You talked earlier about a defensive and offensive player of the week. Right now, I don't know who we'd give that defensive to.
I don't either. And I tell you what, the coaching staff loves that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Special teams, I think Ryan might have that one
He
locked
might. All right, snap high, has to jump up and get it, does. But I tell you what, a good punt is. Their punt team has been pretty good today. I think they're a little surprised at how some of these punts have traveled, and that one's going to be down to about the 23-yard line. They get another good punt.
I think that has an absolute
Big
leg, man.
punts by number 1, Heston Harrison. Comets will take over at the 21-yard line.
I believe that's
First
about
and
like
10.
a 35, 40-yard punt. I mean, that's a great punt for a high school kick, especially in this wind, just pushing it right through the wind. And great job flipping the field, as you talked about earlier. It's really been a big reason to why the Comets' lead isn't bigger than what it is because their punter's been so good at flipping the field and making it a long ways for the Comets to go. Going to have some substitutions here, I believe, Nathan. Number 8.
Yep.
At wide receiver,
it's
number
Colton
22.
Helms.
Colton Helms, and number 22.
Yep, and number 22 is Clifton Craighead.
Clifton's in here at receiver now.
All right, shotgun formation. Like to see it, 2 by 1. Punched out. He'll go to the weak side. Needs a block. Gets one. And steams forward there for a gain of 12.
Big carry on the play by number 1, quarterback keeper Levi Taylor.
My mistake earlier. I said that was Clifton Craighead over here on the near side. That's actually Dylan Ingram, I believe, number 28.
Yeah, 28 is Dylan Ingram.
Yeah.
All right, so again, at this point, you want to keep powering forward here, but your mind's got to be on the clock,
First
right? You got a 5-score lead,
Comets.
3:50 remaining. You might be able to run this series alone. You might be able to run this quarter out and get yourself down there and towards the red zone. So we'll see if they do it as they go shotgun formation again, 2 by 1. It's a keeper, just goes up the middle there. It's a foot race as he's at the 40, the 35, and down at the 35-yard line.
Up the middle, big run by number 1, Levi Taylor.
Great job by Levi getting out there, making things happen.
Comet, first down.
A huge stiff arm about 25 yards into the play, and it was able to get 10 extra yards out of that. Another guy we got in, I see Buddy got in on the D line or on the O line. I believe he's at guard, number 55, Buddy. And as you said earlier, Colton Helms out there, and Dylan Ingram, and I believe that's the only substitutions we have so far for the Comets.
All right.
Stick to that bread and butter, though. Keep getting the ball to Levi and Trevor and roll with it.
I had to believe that Levi has probably over 100 yards on the ground this evening there is for the first time. They're met in the backfield in a while. Number 75 on that one. Blows that one up.
Trevor Rodman for a loss. Tackle made in the backfield by number 75. 77, Quentin Sabalos.
Great penetration by the Wildcats right there to get in there and stop the play. Kind of some positivity there for them. The Comets have just really been running all over them. They were able to get that penetration, get a loss on the down, and we'll see what they have in store for second down as far as the Comets go, and we'll see what the Wildcats counter it with. Graydon Deviney is now next to Levi. He's been in that up-back position. We'll see if he gets it right here.
Gets it out there quickly as number 2 almost picks it off. That was a dangerous play right there.
28, Dylan Ingram.
More times than not, if they can get a hand on that ball, that's a pick 6. So Comets get away with one there.
Definitely a
Sets
lucky
up third
break.
down, 14 yards for the Comets.
Coach Potter keeps calling that what they call a stop, basically. And I don't know if the receivers are maybe getting too far up the field. I feel like they're going about 3 or 4 yards. That's usually a route where you want to go maybe 1 to 2 yards tops, stop, and as you know, it's just a quick hitter right there. And the receivers got to go meet the ball as well.
Bunched up to the left side. 2 by 1 is a false start. They're going to back them up 5 on 3rd and 15. That's a tough penalty. That makes it about 3rd and 19.
False start, 5-yard penalty. That brings up third down, 19 yards for the Hinton Comets.
And you can see from the body language there, Levi Taylor, that just frustrated. You took yourself from a difficult 3rd and down to a more difficult 3rd and down with a false start penalty. You talked about just a few minutes ago. That's something that they've really done a good job of cleaning up from last week. And of course you got a different officiating crew, but they've really cleaned up those penalties, and that one hurts right there.
I would say the Comets are going to be quite conservative right here.
Yep, as they go with the keeper here, just straight up, cuts back a gap, gets more yardage than you think, stretches that ball out, and tell you what, he gains about 10 on that one.
QB keeper up the middle, number 1, Levi Taylor. That sets up 4th down, 8 yards to gain.
Levi Taylor is out there headhunting. He's breaking one tackle and waiting for the next guy to just try and run over and make as much contact as he can. Just a guy that just loves to go hit people. And you got to love that out of your quarterback. Just a leader, guy that wants to go hit people. Guys want to play with a guy like that, and they want that type of guy with the ball in their hands. That's what makes the Comets so great. It's just the leadership and everybody falling in and just running as a well-oiled unit.
4th down and 7, and again, Roderick Sowers out there wide. Braden Strong on the other side. He's going to look Strong's way, has a step, and makes the completion for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Braden Strong!
There was a hesitation there on the far side.
1-yard burn from number 1, Levi Taylor.
He didn't look for a second there. Of course, we're way on the other side. It looked like either the ball was short or he didn't have completion of it, just the way the DB hesitated there, and then he had it and walked right in for the touchdown.
What's crazy to me is we complete that pass, and out of all the passes, the fade routes that Levi's thrown today, that might have been the least thrown ball that he's had today. He's had a lot better thrown balls. That one just happened to work out for the Comets. Yeah. Touchdown Comets.
6 for 6. That one is good. Or no good, excuse me.
No
Number
good.
77's kick is no good.
That's all right. 5 for 6.
Okay, yeah, 5 for 6.
5
yeah,
for 6.
You can't
Still
complain
my
about
special
that.
teams player of the game. I don't know. I don't know about you, but
can't complain there. 5 for 6 as the Comets leading 41-zip. We'll get that score updated, of course, following the touchdown play there to Braden Strong. And again, we just talk about this every week. It seems like there is about one play a week where it's either a fade or a go, and Levi Taylor finds Braden Strong, connects, and that's just kind of become one of the feature touchdown scoring plays for the Comets on a weekly basis.
I tell you what might have helped with that the most is Dylan Ingram and Colton Helms came in for a couple plays and really were able to get Rod and Braden off the field for the first time really all night. Give them a little bit of a break. Braden's fresh. He can get out there. Levi delivers a catchable ball, and Braden goes out and makes a play, and now we're up 41-0 heading into the fourth quarter.
All right, so Ryan
Number
Lytle
77, Ryan
back
Lytle
to kick off.
for the Comets. Back to receive number 1, Heston Harrison.
And Harrison, of course, their feature return man.
I bet Ryan's got a little bit extra leg in this one. After missing that field goal, you would think he's got a little anger rolling through him. We'll see what Ryan's got.
And boots it there. Pretty good kick. Going to be fielded, and this time fields it cleanly as he follows a block, but met there by a tower of power down at the 35-yard line.
Big tackle on the play by number 11, Jack Brookshire.
And again, Jack, got to give him a shout out. He's made some great plays today. Starting linebacker and plays tight end on offensive side. And he's the senior, and he's one of those guys that's just extremely important. He seems to have a really good eye for the ball, and wherever the ball is at, he seems to be in the field of play in the area. And he's just got a good nose for the ball, good instinctive player, and that's why he's a starter. And I tell you what, outside of that, just has great character.
Yeah.
He's a senior, great leader, and he just seems to be, as we said, where the ball is at.
Another sub in there. I believe Buddy subbed in for Ryan Lytle in the interior D.
Snap, lets it fly, intended for number 21. Which again, not much there. Does complete it, but gaining maybe about a yard on the play.
Play by number 4, Hunter Helms.
Great tackle right there by Hunter.
Great
job.
Gain of 1 on the play. That sets up second down, 9 yards to gain.
Second and 9 right here. I think you're going to see the Wildcats maybe work on some passing right here just to try and maybe get themselves a touchdown. See if they can't sniff out a couple more and maybe get themselves back in the game. No game is ever over. And there's always something to gain from every possession, every play, every quarter. And let's see what we can get done here for the Wildcats.
4 down lineman, number 25 in motion. Keeper, he's going to try to make a man miss as Brookshire's all over it. Jack Brookshire with a good tackle in the open space.
By number 11, Jack Brookshire.
Great job of getting a tackle on the keeper right there and stopping the play, not letting him get any forward progress.
And what do we say? Yeah, they get the open space
Russell
tackle.
3, that sets up third down, 12 yards to gain.
Has that good closing speed, and again, just you have sometimes the players got one man to beat, and Jack does a good job of sealing that up and making sure he's not the one man that gets beat. And so they're going to let this one run out, and we'll get to the end of the third quarter here. So that's the end of the third. Your Comets leading 41-zip. We'll be right back here in just a moment on HintComets.tv.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
All right, want to welcome you guys back.
All right, Hinton fans,
fourth quarter.
Down. Let's rumble!
Comets leading 41-zip, and you heard it here. Let's rumble. 3rd and 12, ball on the 34-yard line. As he's going to be met there, tries to get in on the play to the boundary, but not enough to gain. And that was Bo Brookshire who got in there, tried to force it to the boundary. About made a play in the backfield.
Short gain, Uzziah Ahilti, pushed out of bounds by number 50, Alexis Valdespino. That brings up 4th down.
I'd say you'll probably see the Wildcats probably go for it right here. 4-down territory. They're close to midfield. Look for maybe a little short out route or something like that. I don't know. There's a punt team going out there. I was wrong.
Yeah, they're back to punt.
They're gonna go ahead and punt it.
Number 1 to receive, Levi Taylor.
Yeah, so punt. It's clean. Hangs kind of in the air. It's not going to travel as much as they'd like, although it does take a Wildcat bounce and roll. And it's going to be about the 40-yard line where they down it.
Ball rolls dead at the 40-yard line where it's touchdown. 1st down from there. Hinton Comets.
Starting to see a lot of guys subbing in and out. Coach Potter getting some of his younger guys some reps right here. That's great stuff. Anytime, we talked about in week 1, anytime you can get ahead and get a comfortable lead and work in your younger guys and get reps for those guys, just to continue to build the tradition, build the future that we're trying to get going, a culture we're trying to get going here in Hinton, and just a great job by Coach Potter and the Comets tonight.
All right, so 11:55 remaining. Graydon DeVinny in the backfield. Or excuse me, no, Graydon DeVinny, the quarterback, or maybe the what a walk out there as he cuts out the right side, has one man to beat. It's number 1. He gets past him. It's a game in the wheels. Just catches him at the end.
All the way
to the 12-yard line.
A great breakaway by Graydon DeVinny right there, and really kind of a coming out party for Graydon DeVinny today. We haven't got to say his name a whole lot over the season because he's just been kind of hidden behind some of the older guys. Just a guy that just works hard all the time, absolutely dominates in the weight room. He's always putting up a bunch of weight, runs hard, breaks tackles, does everything he has to do. Just a great kid to have out there, and you love to see a guy like that have success right there. I'd say you're going to see the ball going to either him or Helms right here, and we're just going to see a lot of that the rest of the game.
All right, yeah, the Helms. That's one man to beat. Finds a hole in a solid game there.
Run up the middle by number 4, Hunter Helms. Gain of 8, that sets up 2nd down, 2 yards from the 5-yard line.
Red zone touch right here. We'll see who gets it. Obviously, I think, like you say, you're going to see Helms or DeVinny right here with the carry.
Yep. And snap, DeVinny gives it to Helms. Left side, touchdown, Comets.
Comets! Number 4 with a 5-yard run, Hunter Helms.
As I said earlier, that's 2 guys that get a lot of carries guys on that possession right there. Two guys that just play their rears off on defense all the time. You always see Helms and Davini in on tackles. Really great to see them getting some love on the offensive end and getting in the end zone right there. 47-0 Comets. Let's see if Mr. Lytle can get a little momentum going on the kicking again right here.
That'd be 6 for 7 if he makes it. It's up. And this time it's good.
Yes, sir.
Number 77, Ryan Lytle with the point after. It is good.
All right, so that makes that score 48-zip. And we'll get that adjusted right here on the scoreboard. Again, I wouldn't have guessed at the beginning of this game when you got in the second quarter and it was 0-0. If you'd have told me we'd be sitting at 48-0 with 10 minutes left remaining, or 10:45 in the fourth, I wouldn't have believed you.
You know, we were sitting there about second quarter thinking, man, the clock's running. It's kind of a quick game. We might be in the house a little early, and then all of a sudden you see all these touchdowns, slows your game time down. But as we said earlier, the weather's so great. You can't complain about being out here and just getting to watch the Comets play on homecoming. Such a great day. You know, we had the parade today. We had the pep rally. Cheerleaders did a great job. Miss Homan putting on the pep rally and everything. Just a really great day to celebrate Comet football and Hinton itself, you know.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on HintonComets.tv.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases...
Number 1, Heston Harrison to receive.
All right, so Harrison back to receive, as he has been for the entirety of this game. Ryan Lytle kicks it off. Good kick. This time fielded by number 2. He's going to follow his pair of blocks. Has to cut to the outside. Strong plays and forces him back to the inside. And Craighead gets in there to finish.
Number 2 on return, Jaden Wallace. Number 55.
With Davidian Helms in there to assist.
Buddy Garza.
Really,
I think Buddy Garza too.
Buddy in there getting some tackles, getting on the stat sheet. Really a great return right there. Not a great return, but a pretty good return by number 2 Wallace right there. Kind of cut it up, showed some ability. Maybe look, see him get some touches right here. You never know. Kind of an athletic move right there by him.
All right, so 1st and 10.
Wallace split out here to the near side.
Yeah, 4 down linebacker, 7 or 8 in the box. They'll kind of go with that similar look as they had, just based on the offense they've been running here. See if they can get a stop. As falls forward there, only a gain of about 2 on the play to the right, to the left side.
And number 30, Uzziah Haiti. Brought down by number 11, Jack Brookshire, and number 50, Alexis Valdespino. That's a gain of 2 yards, setting up 2nd down, 8 yards to gain.
Kind of that similar kind of off-tackle move they've been running the whole game. The Comets just great job sniffing it out. Is that Dylan Ingram back here at the free safety position?
So.
I believe he's in there for Levi. Giving the receivers a lot of space right here.
Powers forward there and kind of kicks out. We'll see if Helms can finish as he drives, and Roderick Sowers jumps in there to help out, and Clifton Craighead as well. Good play there.
For a short gain.
Gotta love everybody just going to the ball right there. You know,
Helms and number 9 Roderick Sowers,
and
number 22 Clifton Craighead.
Hunter stands him up, and then Rod and Clifton come in there to finish it off.
It's a gaggle of Comets.
Yes.
It's a swarm of Comets.
A swarm of Comets. A shower of
Comets.
You
think 48?
Shower. Another 3rd down in the 4th quarter. Let's rumble!
Hey, what? Hey, 48-zip. We could have a little fun up here from time to time, right?
You got to.
All right.
I think Joe Buck and Troy Aikman have more than enough fun, so we may as well have some too, right?
Yes, and flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
And it's on the Wildcats.
Correction, timeout. Carnegie. That's their 2nd of the half.
Okay, so yeah, no signal there because it's a timeout. So they're taking a timeout. We'll take a timeout. Comets lead 48-zip right here on Hinton Comets AMG.TV.
We can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get...
All right, coming out of timeout here. Comets have 2 remaining, and Carnegie has 1. Big third down here, 3rd down and 7. Again, working for a shutout here. They still haven't given up any points. Snap. Gets a little confusion there, and pair of Comets going to pull him down. Tough to see who's on the play. Almost looked like Buddy Garza.
Short of the line to gain by number 65. Jacob.
So it's Jacob Bonniwell. Couldn't tell if that was 55 or 65. That's Jacob Bonniwell.
Assisted there by Colton Helms.
Bonniwell in the house.
Yes. And again, the Comets just have a pretty good read on what they're going. You know, they haven't changed things up a whole lot offensively. So the Comets, it's just about, you know, doing your job, following your assignment.
Number 1 into punt, Heston Harrison. Number 21, Trevor Rodman to receive.
And that's what they've done. So 4th down and 5 is they're going to punt here. Snap. Punts up pretty good. It's going to, this time, Rodman's going to let it roll on back. So it rolls down at about the 17-yard line. That's where it's down by number 68.
Good punt right there. Really, Wildcat special teams have been pretty good today outside of giving up the punt return to Trevor in the first half. I think it's time to jump around.
Yeah.
All-time great song right here.
Yeah, I tell you what, at OU games, this is when the dome gets rocking.
Oh yeah, gets wild.
All right, so 48 zip. Tell you what I'd like to see with 7:48. Get you a non-injury, long 5-6 minute, running up the gut, smash mouth, touchdown scoring drive to end this game. That would be a fun way to kind of close out the final minutes of this game. And instead, we'll get a whistle.
Get a nice whistle right there.
Ball start, I believe. As we got a player down, maybe cramping up. And it's a false start on the Comets.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Sets up 1st and 15.
So a lot going on there. A 5-yard penalty and a player kind of cramping up. That's what it looks like, just based on what I see. Generally, when you see them stretching out like that, it's a cramp. So, again, we'll stay right here on HintonComets.tv, kind of give everybody one
Injury
more
timeout on the field.
One more kind of forward look to what's going on. So, again, next Friday, Comets continuing their homestand here, 2-game homestand against Christian Heritage. That's Friday, September 23rd. Starts at 7 p.m. Lady Comets cheer squad, of course, at halftime we had an interview with Coach Jennifer Holman, and that was a lot of fun. You know, she did a really good job kind of giving everybody the heads up for what's going on Saturday. So again, tomorrow the Comets cheer squad, they're going to be going to Stroud, and they're going to be competing in regionals. So I believe she said the top 2 teams go to state, and the state will be at Tulsa the following Saturday. So a lot going on there. And then against softball, they had a big win yesterday on a doubleheader, went 2-0 against Hooker. That was up in Woodward. That was a 12-2 and 10 zip, so got those very important district runs for that run differential. And I tell you what, between them, Apache, and Ampo, it is literally, the margin is thinner than I can ever remember being in this district. Very competitive. So Monday they're going to play a doubleheader. That's at 1 and 3 right here at home against Texhoma, and then the finale for district play Tuesday against Ampo, and that's going to be at Amarillo-Cassett. Could be a battle for first or second, more than likely second, but you never know with the way this district goes because Apache's got to play 2 against Hooker, and again, Hooker does have a winning record in district play, so again, this is interesting. We want everybody to watch on HintonComets.tv. Of course, Coach Holman stepping in and filling in the duties this year for the softball program. It's a lot of fun. So again, tough snap there as they have to get in there and save it. Dahlenberg does, but he's brought down by a swarm of Wildcats as that play goes backwards.
Play by number 14, Dakota Dahlenberg.
So
brought down by number 30, Uzziah Haiti.
So I believe that's Dakota Dahlenberg at quarterback, and Juan Garcia, I believe, is in there at running back. So freshman Juan Garcia in there at running back, and Dakota in there at quarterback. Seeing some subs in there right there, and you can have mix-ups every now and then where a snap might go right and stuff like that. But that's what you live with that at this point because you're.
All right, hand off, kicks out to the left side. Look like number 15. No gain. That's one thing you like to see, as you were talking about a second ago.
Number 15, Juan Garcia. Short gain. Brings up third down, 25 yards from the 5-yard line.
One thing you like to see in these kind of situations when you're up really big and it's in the closing stages of the game is you get to see the 2s and 3s. You get to get some experience for these other guys that are not exactly, it's that they're not as good of a player. It's just that a lot of them are freshmen and sophomores and they're waiting behind juniors and seniors. And this is an upperclassman heavy team, so they're getting to get some PT, some playing time. You like to see that, get some snaps, and of course fans at home like to see this too. And it's a good sign because it generally means the Comets are up big. There's a little miscommunication there on who to hand the snap off to, so Dahlenberg's just going to keep it, and Dakota's down.
The game positive yardage, though.
Quarterback keeper by number 14, Dakota Dahlenberg.
Saw Xander Furrow got a couple snaps in there at receiver. Another good athlete that just really works hard in the weight room and saw some big advancements over the summer. And I see a very, very bright future for Xander Furrow.
Yes, and I tell you what, I've been here 6-7 years. It's tough to say Dakota Dahlenberg and not Denver Dahlenberg. We've seen the Dahlenberg family play at the quarterback position in the past for the Hinton Comets, as that punt's going to sail really high, and you hope it takes favorable bounce. It just kind of dies and out of bounds, and a flag laid on the play.
Punt is down at the 30.
It's tough not to want to say Denver Dahlenberg on that. Once upon a time.
I'll tell you about that punt right there Ryan had. Might have brought some rain in the future.
Yeah.
That sucker was high and stayed up there forever. Great hang time, just not a whole lot of distance, but hey, you'll take it. I believe that was a personal
foul on the play. 15-yard penalty
in the Comets' favor. I think maybe a late hit
on Carnegie
situation. There was a little bit of kind of like frustration going on right here at the 45-yard line between one of the Carnegie Wildcats and I believe Trevor Rodman. Trevor just trying to go in and make a tackle and recover the punt, and guys kind of blocked a little bit too long. You have things like that.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I'll tell you, I am super excited about that matchup next week with CHA. CHA, that first district matchup. You're going to get a team coming in CHA that's got some athletes, got some guys that can play a little bit, maybe a little bit more stiffer competition than what we've seen tonight. And the first 2 weeks, similar to a Hennessy-type game, I think the Comets will need to come in and just do what they did tonight and understand their assignments, show discipline, and try to limit penalties and control the football.
All right, so they're going to take their third and final timeout, and we'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv.
You back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
39-yard line.
All right, I want to welcome you back. Coming out of the timeout, the third and final one taken by Carnegie. So 22, we'll see here, kind of checks, gets lined up. Going in that similar formation, Wildcat, and again, blown up, Clifton Craighead.
44 on the keeper.
Says, no, sir.
Kevin Galvez, tackled in the backfield by number 22, Clifton Craighead.
And again, his job there just kind of...
Loss of 6 on the play, second down, 16 yards to gain.
It's just kind of contained, crashed the boundary, and that's exactly what he did, and then finished the tackle. So no gain for you, sir. It's good play there. It keeps the clock rolling, too, as it's down to 4:50 for those wondering where we're sitting at here in the fourth quarter. So if you're the Comets, it's just, hey, you get your 2s and 3s out, you get some snaps and some playing time for those that don't normally get it, and just, hey, you got a shutout. You got a shutout underway here. Got a chance to finish this out, and with no points on the board is got to be careful there. And there's the flag. Knew that was coming.
Penalty marker on the field.
While we got time, I'm going to announce some guys that have got into the game. Darian Wandre in on the
5-yard penalty.
left defensive tackle spot.
Second down, 21 yards to gain.
So Darian Wandre at the left tackle spot, and then right next to him is the one and only Diego Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And then I believe on the right end, is that Bo over there on the right end?
I believe so.
Bo Brookshire over there on the right end. So some new guys in there. Peyton Cotter in here at the near side cornerback. Dylan Ingram's in there at the safety spot.
Yeah, and Bo has got some pretty decent amount of snaps today, so that's nice too. But yeah, like you said, just some new faces in there as the 2s and 3s are getting to play. And again, not much rocking on there, so we're going to be third and long.
Craighead in there still making plays.
Gain of 4 yards. Tackled by number 4, Hunter Helms. Number 14, Dakota Dallenberg.
A swarm of comments in on the stop right there.
Craighead.
I'm sorry, a shower of comments in on the stop right there. I tell you what, there's nobody more excited about a tackle than Clifton Craighead. The guy's just amped up every time a play is made, and I just love watching him play, watching him swarm to the ball. It's really fun to watch.
Snap, they'll follow off to the left side. Craighead in on it again, and then helped with an assist there too. As that's Jack Brookshire finishing the job.
Yes, number 22, Clifton Craighead, and number 11, Jack Brookshire.
Great play by the upperclassmen right there to go and finish that play. And I would say that might be the last possession for the Wildcats right there.
They got no timeouts remaining. They can't stop the clock for any reason. And if you're the Comets, like you said, you'd like to do maybe halfback dive or QB keeper, just something where you're, getting positive yardage and building some good momentum for the young guys, the 2s and 3s, and kind of getting some learning steps.
Kick there by number 1, Heston Harrison.
So that's the one thing. Hey, if we could brag on one thing about Carnegie to get today, it has been their punt team. They've done a fantastic job with that. So just some surprising punts from them today. It's been interesting to watch. They got a good punter.
So we're looking at that went into the end zone. So we're going to get the ball at the 20-yard line right here. Get those younger guys in there. Some more subs are in there. Number 44, Preston Owens in the game. Number 20, Xavier Murillo.
First and 10 Comets at their own 20-yard line.
Those of you at home, if we miss a guy, we apologize. We're trying to get everybody announced, get everybody some airtime, and there's so many of them going in and out. It's hard to keep up sometimes.
Yeah. All right, he's going to keep it here. Dallenberg tries to make a man miss. Pair of Wildcats finish the tackle.
Number 14,
gain of about 2 on the play.
Short gain on the play. Dakota Dallenberg. Second down, 8 yards to gain.
2 more coming in right there. Cameron Walker, number 33. And I believe that's number 85.
Yep, 85 on the far side.
Ty Orton. Ty Orton getting into the game right here.
Yeah. Just kind of letting this play clock run under 20. So they try to eat it up, make this the final drive of the game as we're about under 2 minutes. Of course, Comets make this the last possession of the game, and they'll end with a shutout, which you'd love to see. So snap. Dakota's going to cut out, back in, up. He's got to make one man miss. Number 20 stiff arms him and gets enough for the first down.
Great run by Dakota Dallenberg right there. Great job by the O-line.
Number 14, Dakota Dallenberg on the quarterback keeper. And that's enough for a Comet. First down.
Some names to talk about today. Alexis Baldaspino, great job on the O-line and the D-line. You know, got a great push on the O-line. Then on the D-line, he's just in the backfield every play today, it seemed like almost, just with a man amongst kids today. Great job by him today. You know, another name, Graydon Avini, we called his name later in the game a lot, getting a lot of great job tackling and showing some upside for the defense to help and recover where we're missing Jake Wright.
All right, shotgun, quarterback keeper, cuts outside, back inside, and another good gain for Dakota. That's a gain of about 8 on the play.
You know, as we said earlier, Clifton Craighead on the defensive side. And obviously on the offensive side, we got Trevor Rodman with another great game for the junior. Levi Taylor, great job. Really, honestly, running the ball was his thing tonight. Had a couple good throws, 3 or 4 or 5 good throws that led to some positive yardage.
All right, Comet fans, it's homecoming 22. The clock is running down. Let's all stand to our feet and give our boys some appreciation.
You know, as he said, standing up, giving some appreciation. Another name to call out, we call out a lot, is Ryan Lytle. Ryan Lytle had a great game for the Comets and really just an overall team win. Dakota loses his helmet. The only way you can bring the guy down, man, is to take his helmet off. Great job getting to the boundary right there, too.
Dallenberg.
You know, you were talking about the legacy of the Dallenbergs. I think we might have a little bit more future right here down the road for them.
And I tell you what an exclamation point on this game, too. No quitting them. Look at the fight there on that one. You know, no quitting these boys.
Yeah, little extracurriculars on the side. Coach Potter's over there telling them just, hey, relax, get to the end of the game, and there it is right there.
All right, so that's the finale is your time. Get the 48-0 win. Want to remind everybody that our post-game show with Coach Potter coming right up, so don't go anywhere. You're going to hear from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Coach Potter, right up here for the post-game show. Your Comets win 48-0 right here on HintComets.tv.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services.
All right, I want to welcome everybody back here. Just about to get the post-game show underway. The Hinton Comets get a big win over Carnegie, 48-zip. So we'll be right here. The man, the myth, the legend, the head coach of the Comets football team, Coach Grant Potter, is going to be up here in just a moment. We'll talk about some stats. We'll talk about some interesting plays. Get the opinion from the expert, the man himself, here in just a moment. So don't go anywhere. Post-game show coming back here in just a second, right here on HintonComets.tv.
Services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device.
All right, I want to welcome you guys back. Just kind of giving one more reminder here. We got head coach Grant Potter will be up here just a second in the booth with us to discuss a little post game here. 48-zip win for the Hinton Comets. So again, don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about post game, some stats, kind of roll some expertise from the man himself. So we'll be right back here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Comets get the big win, 48-zip. Got Coach Potter coming up for post game right here on HintonComets.tv.
Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
All right, I want to welcome you guys here, the post-game show. The Hinton Comets get a big win right here at home, 48-zip. We're here, coach, of course, with the head coach of the football team, Grant Potter. In this big win, one of the things that stuck out to me is you talk about this every single week, winning the turnover battle, and they did it in a multitude of different ways. Won the turnover battle 3-zip. So kind of want to talk about a few plays here. What did you see as far as defensively and, winning that turnover battle, plays made by certain players?
Well, I think the big thing was our kids got back to being aggressive defensively. You noticed a couple times we were ripping at that ball, and, we didn't always get it. I remember there's a play right down here where Alexis is ripping while somebody else held the guy up. You do that enough times, good things happen, and you see it later that, Ryan Lytle starts ripping and ripping and ripping, and all of a sudden the ball's out, and there we go before we know what happened. So, obviously, I don't know what the stats are on when you score a defensive touchdown, but I know it helps a lot, especially when your offense isn't really rolling like you want it to. Defensive touchdowns, turnovers, that's a big deal, those extra possessions. And, for us, we like to run the ball, run the clock. So that extra possession now puts extra pressure on the other team that when they get on offense, they have to score. They have to push the tempo. And, so that's one of our key ingredients to trying to have any success.
Yeah, and one of the things we were talking about just before we got the postgame show started, this was a 0-0 game with about 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter, and then the floodgates started to open. What kind of changed in that little correspondent of events?
Carnegie did a great job. Honestly, they came out and they got after us and were making us work, and it's kind of been the tale of what we've been going through for the last 3 weeks. We just got to keep cleaning that up on the offensive side of the ball, and it's not, hey, this guy or that guy, I know everybody from the bleachers wants to say, well, the offensive line. Well, sometimes it's, not an offensive line. Sometimes it's a fullback. Sometimes it's a tight end. Sometimes the back misses the hole. A lot of things happen as the game goes, and we've just got to continue to try to stick to our rules, stick to what we're taught, no matter what the defense shows us. And that's something we've been struggling with, just to be honest with you. And we finally, we ran a little outside run play there to Trevor down here around the 10-yard line, and we finally got the guy hooked on the edge, and we got to the outside, and Trevor's got the speed to go, and that I think it kind of woke everybody up, because I think there was a feeling with our guys of, oh man, not again. But our word of the week this week, I was telling you earlier, was resilient. Being able to fight back, and that was something we didn't do last week. When things didn't go well, we turned and pointed the finger. We were just freaked out that things didn't go perfect. This week, it wasn't going well up until that time, but our guys weren't pointing the finger at each other. They were encouraging each other, and then you see what can happen. Now, instead of it snowballing out of control the wrong way, we're positive and we're building each other up and being resilient. Now we snowball the right way, and we get that play, and then we get the punt return, and then guys start to see, like, okay, we can do this, and they settle in. I probably should have gone to our little quarterback counter play a little more. But I was trying some different things, trying to just see, like, can we look at a defense and carry out our responsibilities? That was a big thing. I think it just being resilient and sticking together and not turning on each other.
Yeah, and one of the things I want to talk about too, special teams. Ryan Lytle 6 for 7, and then of course you had a punt return by Trevor Robbins. So, you want to talk to us a little bit about special teams. What was it that made special teams so special this week?
Boy, man, it's been good. We've been joking with Lytle that ever since he hurt his knee a little bit, he's been kicking it even better. So I don't know what we got to do there to keep that going, but it's really just taking time. We had 3 years of Josh Ralston as our kicker, so Ryan didn't really get a whole lot of reps, because we didn't need to. And so now each week we're just working on those extra points and just trying to get more consistent. And he's doing a good job and, keeping his head in it even when he makes a mistake. I thought we tackled well on kickoff coverage. Like to get the ball a little deeper and pin them back a little further, but we did that. And then, of course, the punt return, Trevor's a pretty dynamic player. But we still got work to do in that area because there's a lot of punts we should have fielded. That yardage, that hidden yardage will come back to get you. So we got to work on that and put some time in. But, man, when Trevor catches it, good things can happen. We had the return against Tennessee, got called back, had a huge return against Snyder. So, that's 3 straight games where he's had a big punt return. So now if you're the opposing team, you start thinking, I don't know if I want to punt to that guy or not. And now you're asking a high school punter to, do something he may not be used to. So huge part of the game. And, again, I think that was probably the biggest turning points. Once we got that, I think everybody felt like, okay, now it's on. Now we know what to do here. So.
Yep. And of course, want to mention defensively, get the shutout. Always nice to see the post team put 0 points on the board and kind of stayed out of trouble with penalties for the most part here. So again, just looking at the stat sheet before you came up here, something like 47 yards on 38 carries.
Yep.
And so kind of what goes into that, a shutout, really being able to shut their running game down. What goes into being able to do that?
Coach Wofford just does an unbelievable job of, the old school way of scouting and scouting the details and seeing all the little things. And he prepares those guys. And, it's nothing fancy. The way he approaches it is, I'm going to teach you what they do. And I'm going to show you how we're going to, adjust, and we're going to do this. But he keeps it so that our kids can play fast. And he tells me all the time, if we keep it simple, our kids play fast. And he's right, and that's good for us. If you look through our first 4 games, 6 points against Merritt, 0 against Snyder. Did not play. Ended up with 27 against Hennessy. That wasn't good. We didn't play very good in the secondary, which guess who's in charge of the secondary? Me. So I got to take that one. But and then 0 tonight. He does a great job of getting guys to fly to the football. And I don't care what team you play or what. It is hard to shut teams out. It takes everybody being locked in, everybody doing their job. And, you mentioned how many yards they had. I mean, their little offense, the way they do things, they turn their back and kind of misdirection and stuff like that. And if your kids don't do their job, it can get ugly on you fast. They can start gashing you. So he just does a great job. And I'm telling you, if you come out to practice, our kids would just as soon just go straight defense the whole time. Yeah. They love it. They love to run around on defense.
Yeah.
So.
And I tell you what, too, kind of mentioned here, with Jake Wright getting hurt, you got to have to sub in different players to that middle linebacker, that Mike linebacker position. And one of the players that stuck out to me, Graydon DeVinny, had several players, Hunter Helms, kind of want to talk a little bit about the depth. It seems like the depth is really showing up this season for the Comets.
Yeah, our linebackers, we feel really good down to 5 linebackers there. I mean, Jake, Hunter, and Jack have kind of held those spots down. Graydon's been rotating in all season, and, his number was called tonight and asked us to play in the middle, and he did a great job. Dakota has come along so much as the season's gone along, and we now feel comfortable like throwing him in there and letting him do this. And, Graydon's been playing outside linebacker. But Hunter and Jack have played so well that we said, hey, we're going to move you to the middle and try to solidify that a little bit because Graydon will fly around. Graydon will come hit you. But, man, our outside linebackers, Jack and Hunter, played so well tonight that this was probably, honestly, the best game both of those two have played at outside backer in the time I've been here. So I was really, really proud of them and happy for them. Both of them being seniors, homecoming night, it's just awesome for them to have a great night.
Yeah, I'd have to say I agree. So one last question before you hit the road. The Comets have done a really good job. They're now sitting at 3-1. Got a big game next week because we're going to be starting district play. So now, what's the approach? What's the message rolling into next week?
You know what? We've just decided. The kids know that we have a chance to be a really good football team, but we've decided to ignore all the other stuff, ignore what's down the road, and we are one game at a time. I've had a lot of parents say, "Hey, how's CHA look?" I have no idea. Hadn't looked at them. Don't want to know right now, But we'll get started in the morning and take a look. Man, our district is tough. It's really tough. It's 5 teams in it, which is a low number, but any one of those teams could do some damage in the playoffs. And so, our kids we know we have to keep getting better week by week because we got a weird schedule. We play this next week as a district game, bye week, then a non-district game, and then 4 really tough games in a row to end the season in district. So I think, like last year, this district's going to come down to the last week of the season to determine who's in, who's going where, and so we just got to get healthy, which I think we will over the next few weeks, and just understand that next week we got to crank it up a notch.
Yep.
So we're excited.
Yep, and I tell you what, we are too excited to call those games. So again, good friend, great coach, Grant Potter, post-game show. Want to thank you again for taking time out, coming up here and do this. And want to thank all the fans for watching here. Comets get the big win 48-0. And so we'll be right back with you guys next week for an awesome home game starting district play right here on HintonComets.tv.